Ready?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Let's go. Here, let me know when to do the sound check.
Good afternoon and welcome to Ray Fisher Stadium in Ann Arbor for a special Mother's Day broadcast of Michigan baseball on WCBN Sports, as Michigan and Indiana are set to play the last of a three-game series on what should be a gorgeous day. The Wolverines and Hoosiers split the first two, with Michigan taking Friday's game 8-4 and the Hoosiers rebounding on Saturday to win 9-5. Michigan sits at 24-19 overall with a 10-7 record in Big Ten play. Indiana, on the other hand, is 21-25 overall and 7-10 in the Big Ten. I'm Owen Klein, joined by my partner Ryan Dolson. And Ryan, this game is big for both teams, especially this late in the year.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You got Big Ten tournament play happening at the end of the month. You really got to get those big wins. You got to get those series wins. As you said, series is currently split 1-1, 10-7 in Big Ten play. You know, you want to be able to comfortably go into Omaha at the end of the month with some better records. You got to win the games that you should be. And it's really just a beautiful day. Just a perfect day for baseball. It's a beautiful Mother's Day. Want to give a shout-out to my mom and a shout-out to all the amazing moms out there for everything that they do. But, yeah, just it should be a really exciting game. You know, split the series. Hopefully Wolverines out here and they want to win.
Indeed. I also want to shout out my mom and my wonderful grandparents who are currently listening to the call. So special shout out for them. And like Ryan said, shout out to all the wonderful mothers. We recognize all the sacrifices you make, and we thank you. For Michigan, I'm going to announce the lineups. Indiana will bat first. Center fielder Bobby Whalen. Batting second is right fielder Hunter Jesse, who had a 3-hit game in Friday's game, including a solo shot. Batting third baseman Josh Pine, followed by the left fielder Carter Matheson. Fifth is DH Matthew Ellis, also had a home run on Friday. Batting sixth is the first baseman Brock Tibbetts. Batting seventh, Tyler Dones, the second baseman. Batting eighth, the shortstop Evan Goforth. And batting ninth, the catcher Peter Ceruto. On the mound for Michigan to start the game, number 37, Chase Allen, perhaps Michigan's best pitcher this year, sporting a 3.25 ERA, 6-0. He's appeared 18 times, started 4 games.
Guy's been absolutely cooking with gas all season, and you hope to see it continue today as the Indiana Hoosiers put their center fielder up to bat first, Bobby Whalen.
Whalen steps in. First pitch from Allen is high. Ball 1-0. Like Ryan said, a gorgeous day here in Ann Arbor. It's about 60, 61 degrees.
Just barely any clouds in the sky.
Second pitch is a chopper down the middle. Second baseman, Michigan, makes the play. It's going to be Ted Burton.
Beautifully done. Seems that Ted Burton lost his hat making that grab.
Definitely worth the sacrifice, huh?
Oh, yeah.
So Whalen quickly retired after 2 pitches, and in steps the dangerous Hunter Jesse. 3 hits on Friday, including a monstrous solo shot to right center. Allen of the windup first pitch is in for a strike. Behind the plate today is John Sapphire. First base is Andy Joseph. Second base, Rick Allen. And third base, John Coons. Allen quickly into the second pitch, also in for a strike. So Jesse quickly down 0-2.
Yeah, absolutely fast count. He got 0-2 with 1 out already. As you said, he is a dangerous hitter. You want to get him out of there fast.
Third pitch is in the dirt, makes it 1-2. Jesse Ryan hitting a monstrous 344 on the year.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. He is the right fielder, left-handed batter, always challenge.
One of the better hitters in the Big Ten. Here comes the fourth pitch of the at-bat. Jesse thought about it. Wants to check third base, not even close. Doesn't hurt, though. Obertop pointing down to John Coons for the call. Coons says Jesse didn't go around. Count is 2-2.
Definitely really wanted him to swing, but certainly can't
Allen
say
wind
he
up
did.
another chopper. Shortstop diving play is Bertram, and he throws him out. Dylan, what a play by Bertram. Through the hopper, the first baseman, Dylan Stanton, who had a nice pick there at first to retire Jesse. Some defensive wizardry here early, Ryan.
Oh, absolutely. Beautiful grab by Bertram. Really seemed like it was going to go just barely past him, but the perfect dive. He gets up, throw a little bit, not the most accurate, but the first baseman manages to reach out. Dylan Stanton makes an excellent grab, gets him out at first. 2 outs already at the top of the first.
In steps Josh Pine, the 3-hitter First pitch is high for a ball. A couple nice plays by the middle infield here to start this one. Second pitch is in for a strike, 1-1.
Absolutely beautiful pitch there. Don't think he can get it more closer to the center of the strike zone, and he just absolutely had him looking.
Allen into the windup. Third pitch also in for a strike. So Chase Allen working with pace here early. Count on Pine is 1-2. Pine awaits for the third. Pitch is outside, makes it 2-2. Michigan defense playing Pine straight up. No shift employed.
Definitely not.
Allen into the windup. Here's the 2-2. Swung on. Ground ball. Shortstop makes the play. Nice play there by Burton to retire the side. Chase Allen goes 1-2-3. Picks off right where he left off. And the Michigan lineup is due up.
Some very beautiful plays by the infield for all three outs. Absolutely love to see it. Quick 1-2-3 as we head between into the middle of the first.
Michigan lineup, right fielder Clark Elliott has been hot all year, hitting .354, followed by the center fielder Joe Stewart, also hot at .337. Three hitter is third baseman Matt Fry. Fourth hitter, catcher Jimmy Obertop.
Jimmy Obertop,
Yep.
my favorite.
One of the favorite names here for the Wolverines. Fifth hitter, designated hitter Tito Flores, followed by the left fielder Joey Velasquez. Shortstop batting seventh is Riley Bertram, who made a couple of those nice plays there. Batting eighth is the first baseman Dylan Stanton. And batting ninth, the second baseman Ted Burton.
On the mound today for Indiana is Luke Hayden. He has a 5.75 ERA, but a 4.0 record in 14 appearances.
Hayden, I called the game Friday, and Hayden came into relief. I believe the Hoosier bullpen was quite busy that day.
Oh, yeah, definitely. It was a 2 days ago, you said, on
2 days
Friday?
ago on
Yes, it was an
Friday, yep.
8-4. Very exciting game.
There are 5 home runs, I believe, in that game. Some deep
Wow.
ones, too. Very, very exciting.
Absolutely.
You know, a lot of that
wild.
was due in part to the wind that was blowing out towards the outfield. Not
Wind-
sure if we'll get that same today.
Nah. Wind does seem to be blowing just a little bit in towards the infield, but not a very strong wind at all.
Going to rely more on the bats today for those home runs.
Definitely.
Michigan coached by Eric Bakich in his 10th season in Indiana is headed by Jeff Mercer, who is in his 4th season. Like Ryan mentioned, on the mound for the Hoosiers is Luke Hayden. Sporting the flow, if you will, hair-wise.
Oh, yeah, absolutely. Did not notice that. They got the junior Wolverine announcer in here to announce Clark Elliott to the bat. Wolverine faithful showing up very well today, and why wouldn't they? It's a beautiful Mother's Day.
So in steps Elliott, the lefty, hitting .354, as dangerous as anyone in this conference.
For sure. 8 home runs on the season, 45 RBI.
Here comes the first pitch. Hayden into the windup is high and outside, 1-0.
Catcher unable to get a hold on that one. Going to go behind him. But no one on base, so it doesn't really matter.
Elliott, deep breath, steps back into the box. Here comes the 1-0. Swung on and fouled back, 1-1.
Manages to get a good tap in there, but goes right behind him. 1-1 count, no outs here in the bottom of the first.
Elliott methodically in the box. Here comes the 1-1 from Hayden. Elliott thought about it. Check for the third base. He did not go around. So ball 2 makes it 2-1.
Very careful. Feels like if he moved even half an inch, half a centimeter closer, feels like he maybe would have gotten the call, but the third base umpire says no.
Here comes the 2-1, swung on, right side of the infield. It's going to be Dones making the play and flips it over to the first baseman Tibbetts for the first out of the inning. 4-pitch at bat culminates in a ground ball to the second baseman Dones as the dangerous Clark Elliott is retired.
Another important thing about Clark Elliott, forget that man. He absolutely, even for what was a very easy ground ball to first, that man turned on the jets. He is speedy. My God.
Speaking of speedy, Joe Stewart steps into the box for the Wolverines, the center fielder.
Right-handed batter here.
First pitch is high for Stewart, 1-0.
Stewart's having a great season, batting .337 with 9 home runs and 39 RBI. As you said, he is a very fast man.
Here comes the 1-0. Also high, makes it 2-0. Hitters count here for Stewart. Stewart on the year, 16 attempted stolen bases. He's only been caught once.
Wow,
so you best believe if he gets on, he's a threat.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Always makes it a mind game for pitchers.
The 2-0 is in the dirt, 3-0 for Stewart.
Umpire is going to go up, throw the ball to the pitcher. Can't help but notice the catcher a lot of ball seems to be going by him.
Yeah.
Can't seem to be getting a good grab, a good catch on the ball. Would be very beneficial for Wolverine base runners if he continues to make, I suppose, the same mistakes.
The 3-0 to Stewart is in for a strike, 3-1. Behind the plate is Peter Cerruto for the Hoosiers. And as Ryan mentioned, he has dropped a little bit of balls. You know, no cost, no one on base, but something to definitely watch out for. Here comes the 3-1, swung on, fouled back right side, and it's going to be the first of many parking lot baseballs during this game.
For sure. Definitely had to warn my parents who came to the game today. They're sitting out. I can see them in the stands. Had to tell them, do not park in the parking lot if you value your car's windows.
Oh, yeah.
Many foul balls will go into that
3-1 is
region.
swung on and missed. Excuse me, that was the 3-2 that was swung on and missed. So Hayden comes back from being down 3-0 in the count to strike out Stewart. 2 away.
Had a 3-0 count there. Very frustrating to see, at least for a batter. You know, 3 straight pitches right there. Caught him swinging on, first one he was looking, but a great foul ball on the second one, and caught him swinging on the third.
3-hitter Matt Fry steps in for the Wolverines. First pitch again gets away from the catcher.
That one was just a little bit inside, though.
Yeah, not the best pitch.
No, definitely
Low
not.
and in.
Matt Fry batting .272, the third baseman. 8 home runs and 37 RBI on the season.
The 1-0 is in for a strike, 1-1.
2 outs here at the bottom of the first. Still scoreless. No hits or walks for either team yet.
Fry has started every game for the Wolverines this year.
But Matt Fry on that pitch swings and misses. Going to be a 1-2 count now.
The 1-2. Swung on by Fry, and it gets in the outfield, right to the right side of the second baseman, Dones. He dove, but to no avail as Fry gets on with a 2-out single.
Gets right by the infielder for the Indiana Hoosiers. I believe it was the second baseman, Tyler Dones. Pitch just got a little away from him. He tried to dive for it, but the ball just had a little too much juice on it. Matt Fry will be safe at first. 2 outs in this inning.
In steps the catcher now, Jimmy Obertop, with Fry on first. First pitch is high and away. That time is caught, though, by the catcher, Cerruto.
Makes a threatening motion to throw it to the first baseman. Lets the runner know that he is serious.
Fry, 1 attempted stolen base, and he stole it. Second pitch is swung on. It's going to be third baseman. Ground ball, Pine. He will get Obertop out. So Fry, the 2-out single to no avail for the Wolverines is Indiana.
Unable to make anything of that hit by Matt Fry. Still remains scoreless, but Wolverines with the first hit on the board there at the bottom of the first. Going to enter the top of the second now. I believe Indiana has the left fielder, Carter Matheson, coming up to plate, the freshman, left-handed batter.
Yep, duo for the Hoosiers. It's going to be Matheson, Elliott, and Tibbetts. Allen remains on the mound for the Wolverines after the 1-2-3 first. And he'll look to work again.
Got them in and out of that inning very quickly. No reason why he wouldn't be coming back. Wolverine announcers got some tunes going on for this beautiful summer day. Playing a lot of country. They got Friends in Low Places blaring on the stadium now, I suppose. I couldn't think of the word for speaker, but Happens to the best of us.
Looks like we also got a concession special. It's appearing on the big board right now. You can buy a cottage and pizza and receive a free beverage.
That's a good deal.
So how about that?
I'll have to go down there in a minute. If you hear me munching on some pizza in the booth,
That is why.
that is why. Cannot resist a good deal. Obertop coming out for a moment.
First two games of this series were split. Michigan won the first on Friday. Indiana countered yesterday with the win. So this game has a little more meaning to it. These historic Big Ten rivals, you want to grab this series, and no better way to do it than having Chase Allen on the mound. He's undefeated as a Wolverine so far, sporting that 3.25 ERA coming into this one.
Yeah, absolutely. As we've mentioned at the start of the game, you're gearing up towards the end of the season as you head into Big Ten tournament play and hopefully go into, National Championship College World Series play. You definitely want to have some better standing.
First pitch to Matheson is swung on. It's going to be foul ball high, third base side. It's going to get out of the arena.
Not quite. It's going to land on, I believe, the weight room, the pitching, the practice building. I believe that's what it is.
Makes it 0-1 for Matheson. Here comes the 0-1. It's going to be low and inside. Got hit, actually. Matheson hit by the pitch. So
yeah, I wasn't sure. It took a very weird bounce there. I wasn't exactly sure, but yes, Ellis hit in the leg, I believe. Will take his base.
Score is still 0-0 here early. We are currently in the top of the second. Matheson just got hit by the pitch. So in will step Matthew Ellis.
Still no outs here.
No outs. The DH Ellis stepping in. Matheson at first after the hit pitch. Infield playing a bit to the right, playing Ellis Pohl. He's a lefty. First pitch is low for a ball.
Just barely inside, it seemed. I heard a couple oohs coming from the crowd. Not sure if they were Indiana fans excited or Michigan fans disagreeing.
Second one's inside. That's the third straight pitch by Allen that's been inside. There's 2-0 on Ellis. Ellis also with a monstrous home run on Friday.
2-0 count here. Still no outs here.
The 2-0, Matheson on first. The 2-0 to Ellis is in for a strike as Allen looks to find his groove back. He's to count 2-1.
For sure, as you said, three very close pitches on the inside. Those first two that he pitched to Ellis definitely looked like they maybe could have hit him. Came a little close.
Allen ready from the stretch for the 2-1. Pitch is going to be just inside. That one was close. Makes the count 3-1.
Carter Matheson on Indiana still there at first base. Matthew Ellis getting ready for the 3-1 count pitch.
Allen from the stretch. Here comes the 3-1. And it was low and away, so Ellis will take his base. Matheson to second as the Hoosiers have 2 on with no out here early. Stepping in now is going to be Brock Tibbetts, the first baseman. Tibbetts 274 on the year with 8 home runs.
Very not necessarily the best sequences for the first two batters for Chase Allen. Still no reason to panic. Still no reason to be concerned.
First pitch is swung on. It'll get through right side of the infield. Here comes Matheson going home. Right fielder Elliott looking to throw him out, and Matheson will make it. 1-0 Hoosiers here early. As Brock Tibbetts gets the RBI signal on the first pitch. Ellis advances to second. So Tibbetts puts the Hoosiers here up early as Tyler Dones, the second baseman, steps in.
Just managed to get right between the first and second baseline. Beauty of a single for the Hoosiers. Pitching coach going to step up to the mound early. Never like to see it so early in the top of the second inning, but the Hoosiers already have a 1-run lead here with no outs and runners on first and second. Gotta let them know that it's okay.
Indiana third base coach and Michigan third baseman Matt Fry having a nice conversation. You like to see that between these two rivals. Baseball's it's a fun sport. It's one where you can talk to your opponents. In a situation like Ryan mentioned with the pitching coach coming out, creates a bit of a stall on the field.
Home
The
base umpire coming up to them.
Sapphire saying enough. You're not going to take him out. And then get back to the dugout. We got a game to play. Sapphire,
just got to let know Chase Allen. Game still early. Sometimes you start off the game just a tad bit rattled. Got to let him know that it's all right. Just come in here, take care of Tyler Donez, the second baseman, and suddenly this inning's much more manageable.
Donez steps in for the Hoosiers with Tibbetts on first and Ellis on second. First pitch is in for a strike. Nice start there for Chase Allen. 1-0 Hoosiers. Here, top second, no outs.
Both teams with only one hit so far, but the Hoosiers have the difference-making hit.
The 0-1 is thought on, but outside for a ball. Dones holding back nicely. Evens the count at 1-1.
Dones is .260 batting average on the year with 28 RBIs.
Here's the 1-1. Also outside. This one was closer, though. Nevertheless, still a ball. Count is 2-1. Tibbetts on first, Ellis on second. Matheson scored after the Tibbetts RBI single, put the Hoosiers up 1-0 here early. And now Dones is in for the Hoosiers, 2-1, no outs. Here's the pitch. Swung on, chopper, shortstop. Bertram, he dropped it, tried to get it to third, and he's safe. Nice space running there by Ellis to get there. So Ellis slides in safely. Bases now loaded as Dones hits the infield single for the Hoosiers. 1 out. No outs, excuse me.
No outs here at the top of the second. Third baseman, the shortstop for the Wolverines bobbled it just a little bit. Managed to make the throw to third, but just barely, not in time. You have Evan Goforth, the shortstop, batting .333 on the year, but not too many at-bat appearances.
First pitch to Goforth looked like it might have been a bit outside Obertop. A nice job of framing it, makes it 0-1. No outs, bases loaded. Chance for the Hoosiers to put a bang into this inning.
Already going up 1-0 earlier in this inning. Chase Allen, not necessarily the start you're looking for to the second inning, but still can have this very much under control.
The 0-1 is low and in, makes it 1-1. Goforth, like Ryan mentioned, .333 on the year. No home runs. Only a freshman, and he's only played 15 games. So a good start to his young collegiate career. Here's the 1-1. That one also inside, makes it 2-1. Michigan faithful voicing their opinion for that one.
Indeed, yeah, as you said, Evan Goforth, he is a true freshman, it would seem, according to my notes here. He is the shortstop, and he's having a great start.
Here's the 2-1. Swung on and fouled. Another parking lot ball. Makes it 2-2.
I heard somebody honk.
Someone
not
was
sure.
honking.
Yeah.
That was probably a manual honk. Hopefully.
Does not seem like it hit anything, I would imagine. I would hope.
2-2 count. 1-0 Hoosiers, top of the second. Bases loaded, no outs. Chase Allen trying to get out of this one. Swung on, and this one will knock it down. Caught by Clark Elliott. Here comes the tag, and Ellis will make it home. Nice piece of hitting there from Goforth, the freshman, to score Ellis as the Hoosiers extend their lead to 2-0.
Very solid sacrifice fly straight to the right fielder for the Wolverines. Manages to catch it very well, but that will send in the runner from third base.
Here's a 9-hitter. Peter Ceruto, the catcher. He's a senior. He'll be working with 1 out and runners on first and second. That's Dones and Tibbetts, respectfully.
He's got a 106 batting average. Only 47 at-bats, however.
First pitch is swung on and missed there. Good pitch from Allen. Ceruto nearly swung out of his shoes. Makes it 0-1.
He absolutely put everything he had into that swing, to say the least, with runners on first and second.
Allen working from the stretch. The 0-1. Thought about it, checked it. Foul ball, the umpire will call it. Makes it 0-2.
Seems umpire will come up with him to check the ball.
0-2 to Ceruto, 1 out. 2-0 ball game Hoosiers. Here, top of the second. Allen trying to reduce the damage and get out of here with no more runs. Here comes the 0-2. It's outside, makes it 1-2. Allen, as much as a strikeout would be nice, maybe trying to force a double play would be better.
For sure. Definitely.
Looking for contact, there is some risk that is carried with that.
Definitely do not want to get the top of the lineup for the Hoosiers in here.
The 1-2 up the middle, second baseman Burton looking to turn two, and he got him at second but didn't get him at first. Burton took the second base himself, didn't flip it to the shortstop, fired over to the first baseman Stanton. But nice piece of running there by Ceruto to get there before. So 2 outs now, runners on the corners.
Bobby Whalen, 0 for 1 on the day, but top of the lineup for the Hoosiers, stepping up to the plate.
Whalen grounded out to second in his first at-bat. He'll step in here looking to bring in Tibbetts from third. Ceruto at first. Indiana leads remains 2-0 here, top of the second with 2 outs. Chase Allen readying as Whalen prepares in the batter's box.
Bobby Whalen.
What a name there, huh?
Oh, yeah. He is the only sophomore on the Indiana starting lineup here, it would seem.
First pitch there is in for a strikeout 1.
2 outs here, top of the second. Hoosiers have taken a 2-0 lead, and runners are currently on the corners.
The 0-1 is swung on and missed. Got away from Overtop. Actually, it might have been fouled, excuse me. Makes the count 0-2 with 2 outs here.
Definitely not the best pitch to be swinging at, but Whalen really wanted that one. Seems like he made just a bit of contact on it, but not enough.
Runners on the corners, 2-0 Hoosiers here, top second. 0-2 with 2 outs.
Man on third.
Here's the pitch, and it's outside, makes it 1-2.
Brock Tibbetts on the Hoosiers at third base, trying to make the effort to steal home. Hoping for something here. He's getting very close.
One, two is swung on and missed. Strike 3. Chase Allen gets out of the inning.
Not too much damage.
Yeah, not before surrendering 2 early runs to the Hoosiers. Did a good job of leaving 2 on base there, as Michigan will look to counter with some offense of their own. It's going to be Flores, Velasquez, and Bertram, the 5, 6, and 7 hitters, due up for the Wolverines.
Definitely not the inning I think you're looking for Chase Allen. Certainly could have been much uglier. 2 runs scored, one of them coming on an error that it seems, yes, they have indeed listed it as an error when the third baseman bobbled the throw. The shortstop bobbled the throw to third base, excuse me. Scoreboard reminding us that it is indeed Mother's Day. I hope all the mothers listening to this are having an absolutely wonderful, beautiful day. You deserve it for all the hard work you do.
Indeed.
As we enter the bottom of the second, Luke Hayden staying in for Indiana. Had a very successful first inning. No reason for him to be taken out just yet.
Back here in Ann Arbor. Stepping in for Michigan will be Tito Flores to start the bottom of the second. Michigan has some ground to cover after surrendering 2 runs to the Hoosiers in the top of the second. Flores will look to start that off. He hits .291 on the year.
Tito Flores.
The junior designated hitter. Here comes the first pitch. In for a strike. Good start for Luke Hayden as he picks up where he left off.
He's batting 5th for the Wolverines. As you said, 2.91 batting average.
The 0-1 bounces in for a ball. Evens the count at 1-1.
Indiana catcher there. Struggled for a moment getting it in his glove, Peter Ceruto.
Here comes the 1-1 from Hayden. Flores thought about it, holds back, and holds back wisely. Makes the count 2-1. Flores taking his time here in this at-bat.
Oh, for sure. Certainly.
No swings yet through 3 pitches.
Has yet to see something he's liked so far.
Here comes the 2-1. That one swung on and missed. Evens the count at 2-2. The ball looked outside. Good pitch there by Hayden. Coming in at 91 miles an hour.
Still no outs here at the bottom of the second. Indiana up 2-0 after an explosive start to the second.
The 2-2 is high. Makes the count full.
Very important pitch coming up here.
3-2 here for Flores. Bottom second. No outs. Indiana leads 2-0. Hayden delivers the full count. It's swung on, and diving play by the third baseman, Pine. Will he throw him out? He will. What a play there by Josh Pine. Dove and prevented a single and threw him out to the first baseman. Nice scoop there by Tibbetts as Flores is retired on what was otherwise an excellent at-bat.
Sure.
That's a killer for Michigan.
Oh, absolutely. He made great contact. Really looked like it was going to get by him, but a beautiful dive by the Indiana third baseman, Josh Pine, and a great throw to first. Any other day of the week feels like that would be a very solid single, but just not today.
Hayden now pitches to Joey Velasquez. Took the first pitch high for a ball. Velasquez hitting .323 on the year, the left fielder. Here comes the 1-0. Thought about it. Did he check it? He did not, according to the third base umpire, John Coons. Makes the count 2-0 for Velasquez.
Velasquez, however, has the fewest at-bats of anyone on this Wolverine squad today with only 31.
The 2-0 is outside, makes it 3-0. So Michigan, another opportunity for a base runner here at 3-0. Let's see if they can capitalize. The 3-0 is in for a strike, 3-1. One out here, bottom second. Hoosiers lead 2-0. The 6-hitter, Joey Velasquez, in. Here comes the 3-1. That one's high as Michigan has a base runner. Ball also gets away from Ceruto, but will bounce just behind him. So no threat for Velasquez to go to second on that.
Luke Hayden, that is going to be his first walk of the day. Started out the count 3-0. Threw a very nice pitch, but the next one, unfortunately, allowed him to walk as Riley Bertram comes up to bat for the Wolverines.
Bertram, the shortstop, has made a couple nice plays here today. First pitch is low for a ball. Velasquez at first, bottom second.
Bertram thought about swinging at it, pulled back. Wise decision with a .256 batting average on the year.
Velasquez will get checked by Hayden at first. He'll slide back safely. Bertram, .256 on the year, the senior. Third baseman Josh Pine in a bit for Indiana. 1-0. Tried to be framed by the catcher. Ceruto will not be successful. Makes the count 2-0.
Pitch was definitely a little too inside for Bertram.
Hayden here losing a bit of control. It's going to be 6 balls in his last 7 pitches. And
so it is.
Right on cue, pitching coach number 25 coming out for the Hoosiers, as will the infield.
Going to take a moment. Playing announcers here, playing rapidly progressing music.
I love it. A little suspense for the Hoosiers.
Oh, yeah.
Get in their head a little bit.
A lot of baseball that you don't really realize. A lot of it is mind games. You got to get into the head of your opponent, make them overthink the simplest things.
Here's the situation. Bottom second, Indiana leads 2-0, but Michigan has a runner on in the form of Joey Velasquez. They would have 2 runners on if it wasn't for the outstanding defensive play from third baseman Josh Pine, a diving play to retire Tito Flores, first batter of this inning. Nevertheless, 1 out, 2-0 here to Bertram.
The home base umpire, John Sapphire, coming up to the mound, telling them to break it up. We have a game we need to be playing here, in case you forgot.
Sapphire said that a couple times here today.
Sometimes you just forget. You
Yeah.
get so caught up, you got to let them know what happened in the most recent episode of Better Call Saul.
That's right. 2-0 is in there for a strike, makes it 2-1 as Hayden possibly finding his groove here. Velasquez at first. As Riley Bertram sets for the 4th pitch of this at-bat.
2-1
the stretch.
count.
Velasquez checked at first by Hayden. He'll slide in safely. So Velasquez clearly having Hayden's attention. That's the 2nd time he's thrown back.
As I said a moment ago, mind games. Having that runner on first, who
Right.
really likes to steal, that can really get in a pitcher's head.
Looked like it hit him.
And it
2-1 hit
did.
Riley Bertram. Hit him right on the elbow. Luckily, he has a guard there. And also, fortunate for Michigan, that's 2 runners on, 1 out here. Bottom of the second. We talked about, can Michigan respond here going into the middle of the second after the Indiana 2-run top of the second? In Michigan here, looks like they've got something brewing. 1 out, 2 on. Velasquez at second. Had a base on balls, and then Bertram followed, being hit by the pitch. As Dylan Stanton, the first baseman, checks in for the Wolverines, hitting .348 in 21 appearances. 46 at-bats total. Hayden, Velasquez at second. First pitch is outside, but it gets away from the catcher. Runners will advance as Cerruto. Ryan talked about that earlier, folks. Cerruto was dropping a lot of balls early in the game. Luckily, there was no one on for the Hoosiers. We say, hey, if there are people on, we got to keep an eye on that. And Ryan, just as you said, ball gets away from Cerruto, runners advance.
Absolutely. You could definitely tell that was going to be a problem later on for the Hoosiers, and it absolutely was. Ball went straight past him. Allows Wolverine runners to advance to second and third, respectively, with only 1 out here in the bottom of the second.
So Stanton now, 1-0, working with runners on second and third. 1 out. Here's the 1-0, and it's hit, and it's going to be a single up the middle. Velasquez scores. Same with Bertram, as Dylan Stanton has a 2-run single with 1 out, and we're tied here at 2.
Absolutely beautifully played there by the Wolverines. Beautiful single, has all the right distance, lets the men on second and third advance to home and tie the game up already. Number 22, pitching coach for the Hoosiers, going to come up to the mound. Hayden not seeming as confident as he did in that first inning.
Two ball game here after the Stanton 2 RBI single. It was Bertram and Velasquez on first and second before the pass ball. Pass ball resulted in them each advancing a base. And then pitch later, Stanton laced it to left center on the single and scored both of them, tying this game here at 2. Still 1 out here. Mound visit for pitcher Luke Hayden.
Second mound visit of the inning. Definitely a little worried about
looks
him.
like
The
he's
Hoosiers are.
coming out, it looks like.
Very early for him to be coming out already, but certainly not the best start to this second inning. Sometimes, you're just in your own head a little too much, as trying to see the number for who's warming up for the Hoosiers here. I believe that's number 34, Braden Tucker.
The senior right-handed pitcher, rocking the high socks.
Oh, yeah. Luke Hayden started off with a very solid first inning, took care of the Wolverines very handedly, but this second inning just not his inning. Those 2 at-mound visits, something must have been said. Just, I don't know. Sometimes it's just not your game, and it wasn't even that particularly egregious of an inning, but sometimes you can see the way the wind is turning. Sometimes your guy's losing a little bit of confidence. Sometimes you just need to take him out, let him know that things are going to be all right, and put in a pitcher who you think is going to take a much more solid control of the game.
Yeah, and to your point, Ryan, I mean, all 4 runs in this game, 4 runs on 3 hits. I mean, there have been mistakes on both sides from a pitching standpoint. A couple hit by pitches, a couple walks, and a lot of those guys turned out to score, ended up scoring. So Indiana looking for Braden Tucker, the relief pitcher, to put an end to the base on balls and the unnecessary base runners. We'll see if he can do so. For Michigan, Dylan Stanton remains on first after the 2 RBI single. As Ted Burton, who me and my other partner Daniel have been recently dubbing the home run kid, will step in as the 9-hitter. 8 home runs on the year for the kid. He's in 247, playing second. There's a wizard out there at second. Ryan and I have saw him a couple plays in this game.
He's coming in at the bottom of the lineup, the junior for the Wolverines, the home run kid. I gotta say, big fan of that nickname.
Yeah, keep it coming. We want to build it. We want to build a brand here for Mr. Ted Burton.
Oh, yeah. Batting 247 on the year.
Stand at first. Braden
1
Tucker,
out.
all warmed up with 1 out. 2-2 ball game. Working from the stretch is Tucker. He will check Stanton first thing. Stanton slides in safely. As Ted Burton waiting eagerly for that first pitch. 247 on the year, as Ryan mentioned. Indiana infield plays Burton relatively straight up, I would say. First pitch is high. Watch that catcher, Ceruto. Pass ball resulted in advancing of 2 runners, and the following pitch was a 2 RBI single by Dylan Stanton, who's now at first base. 2-2 ball game here, bottom second. Michigan looking to do more damage.
Especially with only 1 out and a runner at first.
1-0 is in there for a strike, evens the count at 1-1.
One's all over the board there. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. Fortunately, it is the second inning.
Yep, 1-1-1. And you'd think, Ryan, barring a double play, we will see Clark Elliott.
You would certainly hope so.
With a runner on. The 1-1 is outside. Ceruto tried to check Stanton at first. Ended up pump faking it. Stanton sliding back safely. Stanton getting quite aggressive out there at first. He has only stolen 2 bases on the year. He's 2 for 2. The 2-1 to Burton is inside. That one was close. Makes it 3-1. Is Michigan a ball away from having 2 runners on with their best hitter up.
Catcher for Indiana doing a much better job of not letting these pitches get behind him, it would seem. I'd imagine the runners advancing to second and third probably awoke something in him. Sometimes that happens.
It did happen earlier this inning. And Ceruto has not done anything to prove that a pass ball couldn't occur with runners on. Here's the 3-1. Burton waits on it, and that's high. Also falls out of Ceruto's glove, but bounces right at his feet. Runners now at first and second for the Wolverines, with Clark Elliott coming up.
Cheeky song played there by the announcers with Johnny Cash's Walk the Line as he walks to first.
Right, walk the line. Quite literally, huh?
Oh, yeah. Clark Elliott, as you said, yeah.
Yep. 352 on the year, grounded out in his first plate appearance. He led off the offensive game for the Wolverines. Stanton at second, Burton at first. As Elliott steps in looking to do some more damage. 1 out here, bottom 2, game is tied at 2.
Got to be sweating nervously if you're a Hoosier right now. You really don't want this guy up to plate with runners on first and second, only 1 out.
First pitch is just outside for Clark Elliott. That looked like it could have gone either way. Regardless, 1-0 to Clark.
As we said, Clark Elliott grounded out to start the day, but he is 3.52 on the season. Right fielder putting up absolutely monster numbers for this Wolverine squad.
The 1-0 is inside, makes it 2-0. Hitters count here for Elliott.
Braden Tucker really just has not had that much success since coming in this inning. Walked his first batter and starts out with a 2-0 count here on Clark Elliott.
Tucker, 5.94 ERA on the year. Checks the runner at second. Here comes the 2-0. That one's also inside, makes it 3-0. Now, interestingly enough, folks, you would think that on a 3-0 count, you would almost always take the pitch. That wasn't the case on Friday for Clark Elliott. He had a 3-0 count. He swung, and he hit an RBI single. In a very similar position here today with a runner on second in Dylan Stanton. Let's see Clark's approach to the 3-0 count. Tucker from the stretch. Here comes the 3-0. Is swung on. It's going to be a pop fly, though. Left fielder Matheson makes the play, and Eric Bakich, you bet, has got to be shaking his head on that. A 3-0 count to Elliott, and he swings and flies out.
Certainly not the best-looking pitch, I would have thought earlier. Clearly, sometimes you love playing the hero. As you said, 3-0 count. You want to get that RBI single. But sometimes you just got to realize, it's better to get on base.
Elliott probably regrets and wants that one back. Nevertheless, 2 outs here for Indiana. Braden Tucker gets a crucial out as Joe Stewart steps into the box.
Runner still on first and second. Tie ball game here in the bottom of the second.
First pitch to Stewart. It's going to be inside, maybe? Not too sure.
Yes.
That one looked good.
That one looked very good to me. A couple Indiana fans in the crowd not seeming to agree with that one. And
making their presence known.
Yeah.
1-0 to Stewart. Bottom 2. Score is 2-2. Burton at first and Stanton at second for the Wolverines. The infield plays Stewart relatively straight up as the 1-0 is in there for a strike. Nice frame there by the catcher, Ceruto.
That one certainly looked outside, but as you said, nice framing by the catcher.
Brought it back in, if you will.
Yeah. Catches Joe Stewart looking.
Tucker works from the stretch. Stewart waits on the 1-1. And here it comes. That one's outside, makes it 2-1 for Joe Stewart, looking to bring at least Dylan Stanton in, who's at second. Try to give Michigan the edge here early. Game is tied at 2.
Joe Stewart, though, 0 for 1 on the day. I believe he struck out earlier. Not
Joe Stewart struck out, yep, in the first. Yes. Struck out swing in the first. I remember he was up in the count 3-0. As this next pitch is a ball low. Makes the count 3-1, so Michigan, another opportunity here. Wolverines looking to keep their foot on the gas.
Joe definitely got to make sure it's a pitch he likes if he's going to decide to swing at it. With a 3-1 count, 2 outs, runners on first and second. Don't want to squander this opportunity.
A big 3-1, and here it comes. That one is in for a strike, makes the count full, so Joe Stewart yet again is in a full count situation. Last time he was up, he struck out. What will he do this time? Runners on first and second, bottom second, full count, 2 outs, 2-2 ball game. As the Wolverines and the Hoosiers battle for the rights, the bragging rights of this series, split the first 2 games. Here comes the 3-2. That one is a strike 3. Joe Stewart went down looking as Braden Tucker gets out alive. Did his job, didn't allow any runs as Indiana heads to the top of the third with the tie ball game on their hands.
Very well done by Braden Tucker. Walked the first batter. Seemed like he was going to walk the next man. But unfortunately, he caught Clark Elliott swinging at it. An easy pop fly out to the left field. Leaves runners stranded. And Joe Stewart, struck out looking. But and that will leave runners stranded on first and second for the Wolverines here at the bottom of the second. Score is tied 2-2. Indiana gets 2 runs at the start of the second inning Wolverines answer back brilliantly as we get the water balloon toss here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Some great catches, great throws. Oh! Both water balloons explode at very nearly the same time, it would seem. Not sure who's going to be declared the winner. But regardless, we get ready for the top of the third inning. Tied at 2 apiece. Both teams able to score 2 runs in an exciting second inning. Pitching change for the Hoosiers. Braden Tucker, despite a slow start, manages to get out of that inning without any damage. And Chase Allen will start for the Wolverines here. He will continue to start as the pitcher, coming in at the top of the third as Hunter Jesse for the Hoosiers steps up to plate. He is 0 for 1 today. First pitch, an inside strike. 0-1 count here for Hunter Jesse. Second pitch already catches him swinging. 0-2 count already. Very fast at bat so far. Chase Allen seemed like he really wants him out of here.
Next one is low, it looks like. Jesse, I remember on Friday, a monstrous home run. Hit that building over there in the right side of the ballpark. Jesse swings on the 0-2. It's going to be a ground ball. Second baseman Burton, quick play, got him. Chopper to Burton. He waited on it a bit, but eventually fired over to Stanton for the out.
The building, I believe you mentioned as a hit. I believe that's the soccer practice stadium. I believe, not 100% sure.
I know there's a building named Oosterbahn here, somewhere in the sports complex here at Michigan. I'm not sure which one that is.
Definitely cannot say so. I know we're at Ray Fisher.
Yep, the big house, Chrysler.
Oh, yeah.
First pitch to Josh Pine, who made the excellent play at third for the first out of the bottom of the second. Now steps in for the Hoosiers, takes the first pitch for a ball. Second pitch, nearly identical, also a ball just inside.
Second verse, same as the first. Hunter Jesse gets the ground out to first base for the first out of the inning.
Pine swings on the 2-0. It's going to be a fly ball to center field. Stewart looks like he's under it, and he makes the play out there in center. 2 quick outs here for Chase Allen after a second inning in which he struggled.
Yeah,
it's good to see him kind of get back in his element. 2 quick outs here against 2 good hitters.
Absolutely, yeah. That ball certainly had the height, definitely did not have the distance.
In steps Matheson, scored earlier in the ball game, one of Indiana's 2 runs.
He was, I believe, hit by the pitch.
He was hit by
at
the
his
pitch.
First at bat. Oh. Something not sure what happened. Umpire calls for time as Allen was just about to make the first pitch.
First pitch to Allen is swung on, ground ball, first baseman Stanton. Allen looking to cover, and he will successfully. 1-2-3 inning for Allen as he stares down Matheson. Perhaps didn't like how Matheson ran the base. Maybe he hit him. Nevertheless, quick inning for Chase Allen. Michigan bats look to stay hot for Michigan. It's going to be Matt Fry, Jimmy Obertop, and Tito Flores leading off the bottom of the third. 2-2 here. We're tied between the Hoosiers and the Wolverines on a beautiful Mother's Day.
Oh, absolutely. Very quick 1-2-3 inning. Feels like I was just getting settled, ready for an inning just as exciting as the last. Not going to be the case. 3 quick. Ground ball to first, pop fly to center field, and another ground ball right to first base. Gets it again, as we stated. Quick 1-2-3 for Chase Allen, who had a bit of a struggling second inning, so you definitely love to see him get back into the swing of things, get back into his groove.
Braden Tucker will remain on the mound for the Hoosiers.
He had a bit of a slow start when he came in to replace Luke Hayden in that second inning, but managed to close it out with no damage done whatsoever.
Hayden pulled after not even 2 full innings, after 1 1/3.
Certainly had you feeling with how much Braden Tucker was struggling right at the very beginning of his pitching change. Really made you feel like the Hoosiers maybe were making a mistake, pulling their starting pitcher a little too early, but Tucker really seemed to be getting into his groove as the inning ended.
Yep, and Tucker is successfully getting out of that inning alive, giving up no runs. As you said, Ryan started off with the walk, then got out of there successfully. Matt Fry about to come up for the Wolverines, hit a single in his first plate appearance in the first to no avail after Jimmy Overtop, I believe, grounded out after that. But Fry looking to continue his nice start to this game as the lefty will step in. Bottom three here at Ray Fisher Stadium on a gorgeous day on Mother's Day. 2-2 here, we're tied, bottom three. As Matt Fry will start off the inning for the Wolverines. Third baseman Josh Pine into the infield. First pitch is a strike.
He hit a single at the bottom of the first, as it would be for the Wolverines. 1 for 1 on the day, batting .276 on the season.
The 0-1 is inside the Fry, evens the count at 1-1. And Matt Fry, .276 on the year, 8 home runs for the freshman.
Absolutely. He is the first batter coming up here at the bottom of the third.
1-1 pitch is swung on and chopped back for a foul ball. Counts now at 1-2.
Third baseman batting third for the Wolverines here today. 1-2 count here. No outs at the bottom of the third.
1-2 is swung on. Will go right to the first baseman Tibbetts, who will easily make the play. So Matt Fry has retired Indiana there, employing a shift, playing Fry to pull. And that's exactly why they did it. Fry pulling it down the first baseline. Easy play for the first baseman Tibbetts. As Jimmy Obertop steps in after grounding out in his first at-bat.
Jimmy Obertop, the catcher. One of the more exciting names, I have to say, for the Wolverines. Just fun to say, Obertop.
Yep. Infield playing Obertop straight up. First pitch is outside. Ceruto tried to frame it, but even from up here we could see the exaggerated attempt. Nevertheless, Jimmy Obertop sitting at 1-0 here.
1 out at the bottom of the third. No one on.
The 1-0 is swung on and fouled back. Nice swing there from Jimmy. Looks like he just clipped the bottom of the ball. Count moves to 1-1. Michigan looking to take the lead here in the bottom of the third after a 1-2-3 inning from Indiana in the half inning prior. Nice job there by Chase Allen, starting pitcher for the Wolverines. Braden Tucker on the mound for the Hoosiers. 1-1 is outside to Jimmy Obertop. Moves the count to 2-1 here with 1 out. Game is tied at 2.
Braden Tucker certainly seems to be finding his rhythm for the Hoosiers. Came into an unenviable situation in the second. Took control of it.
2-1 is also swung on. That's going to be a parking lot ball. Watch your cars. Count moves to 2-2 for Mr. Jimmy Obertop.
You can usually tell by the reaction of the audience whether or not it hit something. Looked over at the fans on the far right side of the bleachers. None of them seemed to visibly react. So thankfully, I think all the cars have managed to stay intact for today's game.
2-2 is swung on. It's going to be a chopper to Dones. The second baseman's got to make the quick play, and he does. Nice play there by Dones. Got Obertop by half a step. As Tito Flores steps in with 2 outs.
Obertop really wanted that one. Seemed like just for a split second, maybe he was going to get it. Unfortunately, he is not. As you said, Tito Flores stepping up to the plate. 0 for 1 on the day. Batting 5th, the designated hitter is .289 on the season.
Flores grounded out in the second. Infield playing him relatively straight up. Shortstop is a little closer to the third baseman than usual. Let's go for it that short. Also playing at the edge of the infield in the outfield. as is second baseman Tyler Dones, who just made that play against Overtop. Flores' first pitch is a ball as he steps in with 2 outs, looking to get some life going late in this inning. The 1-0 is high, gets away from the catcher Cerudo. Moves the count to 2-0 for Tito Flores.
A lot of balls have been getting away from the catcher on the Hoosiers, Peter Cerudo, but in this case, no one on base, so does not matter. 2-0 count here at the bottom of the third for Tito Flores.
The 2-0 is also high, makes it 3-0 for Tito. Last time a Michigan hitter had a 3-0 count, Clark Elliott swung and flew out to left. So Bakich, Coach Eric Bakich for the Wolverines, surely, instilling in his players, hey, take that 3-0 pitch. Don't try to be prideful. Do the smart, make the smart baseball play. And Tito does exactly that. Takes a strike. Moves to 3-1.
Yeah, absolutely. You got to be looking out for your teammates, helping them out by getting on base whenever and wherever you can.
3-1 for Flores. Here comes the pitch from Hayden. That one is swung on and missed. Moves the count to 3-2. Nice swing there by Tito. Just couldn't connect.
Absolutely. Tito put just about everything he had into that swing. It was a beautiful pitch, it would seem. Just barely unable to make contact with it. Making it a full count here with 2 outs, bottom of the third.
The 3-2 is swung on. That one's going to get in the right field, and it will get down for Tito Flores. Possible extra bases, and he is running. Right fielder Jesse corrals it, but not before Tito Flores hits a 2-out double for the Wolverines. As Velasquez will step into the box now, as things just got interesting here in the third.
Beautifully played there. Hits the right field fence. Makes a great bounce to get away from the right fielder on the Hoosiers. Hunter Jesse allows Tito Flores, to get to second base. As you said, Joey Velasquez steps up to the plate.
Nice piece of hitting there by Tito. Full count, protecting. Tito, obviously a right-handed hitter. Hitting Oppo there, hitting a extra base Oppo hit. You love to see that if you're Coach Eric Bakich. Joey Velasquez in for the Wolverines with 2 outs. First pitch is in for a strike. 0-1 as Hayden looks to get himself out of another pickle. Tito Flores in scoring position for the Wolverines.
Joey Velasquez was walked in that exciting second inning just an inning ago.
That was a very exciting inning. Both sides of that inning. Very exciting offensively.
Managed to get a run in as he ran home.
The 0-1 is swung on and pulled foul. Moves the count to 0-2 for Joey Velasquez with 2 outs. 2-2 ball game. Here, bottom 3. Tito Flores hit a 2-out double to make an otherwise boring inning interesting.
Sure, definitely seemed like it was going to be a quick 1 to 3 out inning for both teams. Tito Flores said, "Not on my watch."
Velasquez awaits for the 0-2. And here it comes from Tucker. 0-2 bounces, gets in front of the catcher. Flores scampers back to second base. Count moves to 1-2.
Tucker took quite a few looks second base there before making the pitch. Definitely seemed wise. Kept Tito in check. Didn't let him get too far to steal third after the catcher, Peter Cerudo, drops yet another pitch here today.
Flores has attempted to steal 4 times this year, successfully done so twice. As Velasquez waits for the 1-2. Here it comes from Tucker. That one's inside. Count moves to 2-2 for Joey Velasquez as he looks to either score or advance Tito Flores, who is currently at second for the Wolverines after a 2-out double. 2-2 here. We're tied between Indiana and Michigan, bottom 3.
Pitch almost looked like it was going to hit Joey Velasquez, at least from my angle, for just a moment.
The 2-2, here it comes, swung on and fouled back as Velasquez fights to see another pitch. Braden Tucker on the mound for the Hoosiers. Relief starter Luke Hayden after 1 1/3 inning. successfully got out of the top of the third after walking his first batter. Will he get out of this one unscathed? Joey Velasquez certainly has other plans for the Wolverines. At the plate, count is 2-2 with Tito Flores on second base.
Peter Cerruto, the catcher, going to go and meet up with Braden Tucker on the mound for just a moment. Let him get out of this one. Maybe let him know that everything's all right. Sometimes being a pitcher, at least in Little League, all throughout middle school and a tad in high school, I know that sometimes a pitcher can be their own worst enemy.
Indeed.
Getting overthinking things way too much, feeling the pressure with the runner in scoring position.
Tucker prepping for the 2-2. Here it comes to Velasquez. That one is swung on and fouled as Velasquez continues to put together a quality at-bat. Last two have been fouled. I believe we're approaching 7 pitches in this at-bat.
2-2 count here with 2 outs at the bottom of the third. All tied up at 2. Tito Flores on second base after a great double.
The 2-2 is swung on and fouled back as Velasquez continues to fight for the Wolverines, doing everything he can to stay in that batter's box and save that last out. 2 balls, 2 strikes, 2 outs here in the bottom of the third. We are tied at 2 here. Tito Flores on second base. Velasquez looking to score or advance him. Infield plays Velasquez a little bit to pull. Second baseman Dones is closer to the first baseman than usual. Shortstop Goforth holding Flores on. The 2-2 is hit by Velasquez, and that one is going to get out of here for Joey Velasquez. He fought in that at-bat, and it finally paid off as he hits a 2-run shot with 2 outs. It's the stuff that champions are made of, Ryan.
Oh, absolutely. Managed to hit the roof of the practice field for the soccer team. Previously mentioned, no doubt in my mind that had the distance. Absolutely beautiful swing. I was going to mention, foul ball after foul ball kept him in that one, as the announcers did with the song a second ago, playing the Bee Gees classic Staying Alive. Very accurate representation of what he was doing as he puts an absolute monster into right field, giving the Wolverines a 4-2 lead here at the bottom of the third.
The Michigan dugout poured out to meet Joey Velasquez as Riley Bertram scores up the bunt. Misses that one. Count is 0-1. Velasquez, like you said, Ryan, fought in that at-bat, fouling pitch after pitch off to stay alive with Flores at second. And then he cranked one to deep right field at the top of the soccer practice field, you say?
Yes, I believe so.
And Velasquez surely will remember this at-bat. Puts Michigan up 4-2 now, bottom of the third. We're still in it. 2 outs for Riley Bertram, the 7-hitter.
1-1 count here. He was hit by pitch previously in the second inning.
Swung on and miss. Moves the count to 1-2. Hitting .256 on the year for the Wolverines. 1 home run, 23 RBIs to his name.
He is the shortstop.
1-2 is hit up the middle, but it's caught. Diving play there by the shortstop Goforth to retire the Wolverines. He was in the right spot at the right time as they employed a bit of a shift on Bertram. Nevertheless, Michigan comes away with 2 runs after a 2-out double, followed by a Joey Velasquez 2-run shot to deep right. As Michigan makes the lead 4-2 now here at Ray Fisher Stadium as we move to the top of the fourth.
Wolverines take their first lead of the game here. That hit there a moment ago by Riley Bertram. Great look at second base. Went straight to the second baseman umpire, actually, Rick Allen, who stared at it just for a moment like a deer in the headlights before jumping out of the way. That was enough to allow, I believe, the second baseman, or was it the shortstop? Yes, to the shortstop, for Indiana. Evan Goforth manages to make a great jump and a great catch to put an end to the inning. So we have the basket toss going on the left third base foul line. Come to the top of the fourth. Chase Allen staying in there for the Wolverines.
Allen remains on the mound, as Ryan said, for the Wolverines. He has surrendered 2 runs so far today, but the Michigan offense has more than made up for it with 4 runs of their own. As Allens will work against Ellis, Tibbetts, and Dones, middle of the order, 5, 6, 7. As Ellis had a base on balls in his first at-bat in the second.
Matthew Ellis, yes, as we said, the designated hitter for the Hoosiers, batting .275. As you said, was walked and was responsible for one of the runs in the second.
First pitch from Allen is a tad outside, 1-0. Ellis, the junior designated hitter, hitting .275 on the year. Quick second pitch from Allen is in for a strike, evens the count at 1-1.
Here at the top of the fourth, Wolverines up 4-2.
1-1 is swung on, chopper to short. Bertram, can he make the play? He will quite easily. Nice play by him to track that ball. Quick first out for Michigan.
Very well done. That allows Brock Tibbetts, the first baseman, freshman for the Hoosiers, comes up to the plate with 1 out, batting .278 on the year. He had a single in the second inning that sent in an RBI.
Yep, Tibbetts 1 for 1 today with that single. Took the first pitch for a ball. 4-2 Wolverines lead here, top 4. Infield plays Tibbetts straight up. Second pitch is also a ball. Makes it 2-0. Tibbetts, the first baseman for Indiana, hitting .278 on the year. 8 home runs to his name, along with 37 RBIs. Third pitch is in for a ball as well, way inside. So 3-0 quickly to Tibbetts here, who's already been on. Allen centering himself on that mound. Preps for the 3-0.
1 out here already.
With the 3-0, he is in for a ball, so Tibbetts walks on 4 pitches. A 1-out walk for Brock Tibbetts as Tyler Dones will step to the plate, the second baseman. He reached on an error back in the second.
Yes, he did. Not an ideal at-bat for pitcher Chase Allen there, but sometimes it happens. Got to shake yourself off. Take care of the next batter, who, as you mentioned, happens to be Tyler Dones, the second baseman.
Dones steps in. Tibbetts on first with 1 out for Indiana infield, playing Dones relatively straight up. Second baseman Burton is closer to second than he would normally be. First pitch is high for a ball.
1-0 count here. Chase Allen with 5 thrown balls in a row.
The 1-0. Dones swings it. It's going to be a chopper. Third baseman Fry gets the out at second. Burton fires to first, but Dones beats the throw, according to first base umpire Andy Joseph.
Almost a very exciting double play there, but just barely not given to him.
Extremely close, and the speed of Dones prevents that double play from happening. Nevertheless, Michigan gets a much-needed out. 2 outs now. Dones on first.
Evan Goforth, the shortstop, stepping up to plate for Indiana here. Already has 1 RBI on the day.
Goforth, first pitch swinging. Another chopper. Shortstop Bertram makes the play at first. Nice stretch there from first baseman Stanton. As Michigan, another no-run inning as we move to the bottom of the 4th.
As you said, Wolverines up 4-2 after some very exciting runs sent in the second and third. A beautiful home run was sent in that third inning. Absolutely love to see it. A 2-run homer gave the Wolverines the difference. So we have $1 day at Ray Fisher advertised for this upcoming Wednesday, May 11th at 6 p.m. as mentioned here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Wolverines going to play a very exciting game over. Can't quite make the logo out. Can you tell which team?
I don't know. It's some sort of dog team.
It's looks like a husky.
Husky maybe.
I'll have to look it up real quickly.
Maybe Northwood, to be honest.
That could. That would definitely be a very exciting game. You know, a lot of series you're going to have late in the season are going to be conference opponents, but
I think it's Northwood.
it is Northwood. So
Wait, no, it's Wright
no, it's
State.
Wright
excuse me.
State.
Wright State. Very similar logos.
$1 day at Ray Fisher Stadium. If you're not doing anything on a Wednesday night, it would be a very exciting game to catch.
Weather should be beautiful.
Absolutely.
Similarly to today and all week. The forecast for the Ann Arbor area is looking very nice.
So summertime finally happening here in Michigan. Felt like it was taking its time.
Took way too long.
Absolutely.
But that usually happens, right? We
Yeah,
wanna rush it
usually.
a little bit.
And just never like taking finals with snow on the ground.
Oh, yeah. Braden Tucker will remain on the bump for the Hoosiers. That's for Michigan. Stanton, Burton, and Elliott due up.
Tyler Stanton had the beautiful single in the second inning that drove in 2 runs.
Yep.
It's 1 for 1 on the day, 2 RBIs, batting .362 on the season.
Great piece of hitting from him indeed. You know, making a case for that starting spot to retain it throughout the years. Only played in 21 games out of the 43 that Michigan has played this year. Stanton waits for the first pitch. First pitch is swung on. Ground ball, third baseman. Nice pick there by Pine. Throws Stanton out. So quick first out here for pitcher Braden Tucker. As Ted Burton, the home run kid, will step to the plate.
He was walked previously, or was he hit by pitch? No, he was walked earlier.
He was walked, yes. Walked in his first at-bat, back in the second.
Batting .247 on the day, 42 RBIs, 8 home runs. Ted Burton having a great year.
First pitch is taken for a strike. Nice frame there by the catcher Ceruto.
As we said, Braden Tucker came in the second inning to relieve Luke Hayden, who only pitched about 1 1/3 inning.
Second pitch is swung on and fouled down the third base line. Count moves to 0-2. 1 out here. Bottom of the fourth in this third game of 3 between Michigan and Indiana. They split the first 2. Michigan leads here 4-2.
Yesterday, previously, the Hoosiers won 9-5.
The 0-2 is way outside, makes it 1-2. Burton, like Ryan mentioned, drew a walk back in the second. Looking to get on here with 1 out. It's Clark Elliott, and the top of that Michigan order is on deck. Infield plays Burton relatively straight up. Doan's closer to second than usual. Here comes the 1-2. That one's swung on. It's going to be a fly ball. Looks like it's going to get foul on the left field side.
So it will. Seemed like it could have maybe stayed in play for a moment. It does not. Here at the bottom of the fourth. 1-2 count. 1 out. Wolverines holding on to a very solid 4-2 lead. As Braden Tucker gets ready for the pitch, wind-up and the throw.
Sorry.
Ted Burton get a piece of it, fouls it to the right Indiana dugout. Count will remain 1-2 at this at-bat.
1-2 count for Burton here as he continues to fight with 1 out here. Pitcher Braden Tucker, and this one is swung on. Ground ball, shortstop Goforth. Backpedals a little bit. This one is going to be a double bouncer. Not going to make it in time as Ted Burton beats out Goforth's throw.
Man,
And another runner for Michigan with 1 out.
absolutely. No, I believe there's... No, you're right. No.
And Clark Elliott, a rare 0 for 2. Hasn't gotten on base. Again, he flew out on a pitch that he was up 3-0 on.
Yeah, absolutely not a wise decision on his part. It's important, always important to get on base, keep a at-bat going. Definitely love staying alive in there, as Joey Velasquez showed us in the previous inning.
Burton on first. Here's the first pitch to Clark. Elliott is low and inside. That makes it 1-0. Third baseman Pine is playing pretty shallow for the Hoosiers.
Very interesting. Would be a great spot to put it if he can.
Here's the 1-0 to Elliott. Checks the swing. He checks, and he did go, according to third base umpire John Coons.
Just barely. Clark Elliott with the 1-1 count. Only one out here, though, at the bottom of the fourth.
Moves the count to 1-1. Burton on first. One out here in the bottom of the fourth. Michigan leads 4-2. The 1-1 swung on. Looked like it was going to be a hit and run. It was fouled instead as Burton took off for second. Count moves to 1-2.
Ted Burton gonna have to make the long walk back to first after he absolutely turned on the Jets at that at-bat.
Burton, stealing bases is not uncommon for him. 12 attempted, 10 successful. So Burton certainly a threat to take off there at first base. Meanwhile, Clark Elliott down 1-2. That pitch is swung on and missed as Clark Elliott has been struggling as the Hoosiers pitchers have had his day so far. 2 outs for Joe Stewart, the center fielder.
He is also 0 for 2 on the day.
So the top of the order, that's typically, the biggest producers for the Wolverines have gone silent today. A combined 0 for 5. Joe Stewart looking to change that. Hitting .333 on the year as the center fielder. First pitch is outside. Good pitch, though, from Tucker.
Ted Burton really wanting to steal that second base. You can see him take the distance.
Yeah, I'm playing a fake steal of sorts.
Oh, yeah.
Comes the 1-0. That one's also outside, makes it 2-0. So hitters count here for Stewart. And Michigan did their damage in the third off of 2 outs. Everything started with 2 outs. Similar situation here with Burton on first and 2 outs. 4-2 ball game. They lead bottom 4.
Sometimes 2 outs just perfect. You get the pitcher, you get the opposing team complacent enough.
Tucker
thinking
checks.
that the inning's already over.
Tucker checks Burton over there at first.
Apologies, I was stepping on your feet there.
No problem. Not bad as well. 2-0. Burton takes off. The throw is in time. The second base umpire calls him out. The Michigan faithful seeming to voice their opinion of displeasure. Nevertheless, Burton has gone down for the 3rd time this year as Indiana gets out of the inning.
Definitely not 100% sure about that call, but regardless, it will be the 3rd out of the inning.
As we head to the top of the 5th.
Wolverines scored 2 at the bottom of the 2nd and 2 at the bottom of the 3rd. Hoped they could continue the streak there, but unfortunately, that will not be the case. As Chase Allen again steps up to the plate here, top of the 5th for the Wolverines. So we have the hula hoop contest happening on the third base line, on the third base foul line for these young Wolverines. Seems like a local Little League team having an absolute ball at the ball game here today. They've had a hula hoop contest. They had a water balloon toss. They've had all sorts of fun and games for them in between innings. As we come up here at the top of the 5th, as I mentioned, Chase Allen staying in here. Wolverines with a 4-2 lead on the Indiana Hoosiers, trying to take the lead and, well, the victory of this series against Indiana. Currently split, 1 game each. 2 days ago on Friday, the Wolverines won 8-4. And yesterday, the Hoosiers, splitting the series, wins a 9-5 exciting game. It is a beautiful Sunday. Again, happy Mother's Day to all the beautiful, wonderful, lovely mothers listening to this broadcast today.
As we move to the top of the fifth, Chase Allen, starter for Michigan, remains on the mound. Pitch count is at 56. As the batter, the catcher, Ceruto, takes the first pitch for a ball. Second pitch is swung on and flew out to Clark Elliott.
Almost perfectly to Clark Elliott. Barely had to make a move to grab that one. That will be the first out of the top of the fifth already. Peter Ceruto flying out to the right fielder. Bobby Whalen 0 for 2, both top of the lineups for both Michigan and Wolverines, not managing to get a whole lot done. But Bobby Whalen, the center fielder for the Hoosiers, hoping to change that.
Chase Allen is again stopped mid-windup by the home plate umpire, John Sapphire, calls time. Here comes the first pitch of the at-bat. It's high for Bobby Whalen. One out here, top five. Michigan leads 4-2. Chase Allen, rock solid for Michigan all year, remains on the mound. Second pitch is hitting Bobby Whalen.
Hits him right in the back. Cannot imagine that felt good. But who knows? Maybe that saved him a trip to the chiropractor. Never know. Hunter Jesse stepping up to the plate now. He is also 0 for 2 on the day. The right fielder batting .339 for the Hoosiers. Runner on first.
Whalen on first. First pitch to Jesse is in for a strike. Good start there by Allen. One out. Here, top five. Leadoff hitter Whalen got on. Second hitter, Ceruto's leadoff. He flew out.
Yes.
Second pitch is foul down the first base line. Moves the count to 0-2. So good start for the dangerous Hunter Jesse for pitcher Chase Allen.
He is certainly somebody who gives you sweaty palms seeing him come up to the plate. He has been 0 for 2 on the day, but he is certainly always a threat.
The 0-2. Hits Hunter Jesse. That's the second hit batter in a row by Chase Allen, losing control a little bit.
Not sure. Possibly hit him in the shin, it looks like. Was limping just a tiny bit to first base.
Jesse seems to be okay, but yeah, for sure there was a reaction there. As the third baseman, Josh Pine, will step in for the Hoosiers, as Obertop, the catcher, will visit Chase Allen at the mound with 2 on and 1 out here, top of the fifth.
Had him at a very good 0-2 count for Hunter Jesse on the Hoosiers, but that pitch manages to hit him right in the shin, allowing him to take the base. Josh Pine 0 for 2 on the day for the Hoosiers. Runners on first and second.
Pitch is swung on, ground ball, shortstop. Bertram flips it over to Burton at second, gets the force out there.
We'll put runners on the corners with 2 outs here.
So, yep, runners on the corners, 2 outs. Probably the right play there from the shortstop, Bertram. So he ranged to his right. Got the ground ball, made the play at second. As Matheson steps in, Carter Matheson, the left fielder, steps in for the Hoosiers with an opportunity to bring Indiana within 1 if he can score Whalen at third. Matheson got hit by a pitch. Common theme here for Chase Allen, huh? Hit by a pitch in the second.
Certainly seems to be just struggling just a tiny little bit today. Wolverines still up 4-2. Here's the pitch.
Pitch is hit, swung on deep right field, and that one is gone. Home run for Matheson. A 3-run shot that puts Indiana up 5-4. That's a killer for Chase Allen, and is that the end of Chase Allen's day? We wait and see. Takes one swing. Both guys that were on were hit by a pitch. Actually, one of them got on from a fielder's choice. But a lot of unforced errors for Michigan from a pitching standpoint.
Certainly.
Allowed for those runners to be on.
and allows Indiana to retake the lead here at the top of the fifth. 2 outs. Carter Matheson with his 15th home run on the season. Being told that that is a record-setting home run. Most home runs by any Hoosier freshman.
Wow.
As it would seem.
Matthew Ellis, the designated hitter, steps in. Swung at the first pitch. Second pitch is hitting the gap between left and center. Left fielder closing in on it. He'll make the play as Velasquez has had a good day offensively and defensively with the home run and the fly out. As we are through 5.5 innings, we will make a little commentary switch. Ryan, my partner, will take over the play-by-play duties, and I will move to color. We are halfway through the game. Indiana leads 5-4.
Coming in here at the bottom of the fifth inning, Wolverines, number 5, the center fielder, Joe Stewart, coming back up to the plate after I believe Ted Burton was thrown out at second to end the bottom of the fourth. Lead changes aplenty in this one. 3-run homer by the Hoosiers in the previous inning gives them a 5-4 lead here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Joe Stewart coming up, no one on, no one out. Here's the pitch. Swings at it. Will not get all of it. Will be strike 1 on the count. 0-1 here. Joe Stewart batting second, the center fielder for the Wolverines. Swing and a miss for strike 2 there.
Good cut there by Stewart.
Absolutely.
Missed it, but, it's a good pitch. You got to swing at it. So you can get on the pitch here.
Braden Tucker will be staying in here at the bottom of the fifth for the Hoosiers as he gets set up for the pitch. Stewart makes great contact as he will be called safe at first. Braden almost makes the grab, but dodges out of the way, lets it take a bounce for the shortstop on the Hoosiers to grab it, and he makes the throw, but just barely not in time as Joe Stewart turns on the Jets.
Yeah, and everything on that play was perfect from both sides. I mean, excellent piece of hitting there from Joe Stewart to make solid contact. As you said, Ryan Tucker got out of the way, but then Dones, the second baseman, excellent job of tracking that ball, scooping it, and attempting to make a play. Unfortunately for him, Stewart beat it out.
Matt Fry steps up to the plate for the Wolverines. No out here in the bottom of the fifth. Braden tries to get Joe out at first. Throws the ball to him. Will not get it. Here's the pitch. Right along the right foul ball baseline. Will be strike 1 on the count. Matt Fry is 1 for 2 on the day. Batting .275 so far. Runner on first. No outs here at the bottom of the fifth. 0-1 count. Tries to get
close. That was awfully close.
Joe Stewart again at first base, but he will not.
Interesting. It's another opportunity for Michigan here. After the 3-run Indiana fifth, with 1 on, no out.
And there's the pitch. Swing and misses for Matt Fry.
Like
0-2 count here already. No outs, however.
Looks like Fry might have pulled his head on that one, kind of waved and missed.
Seems like it. Matt Fry, the third baseman, batting third for the Wolverines. The pitch makes some great contact on it, and it will drop to this left field.
And extra bases.
And extra bases. Joe Stewart will run home and get the tying run here. A great double by Matt Fry will send Joe Stewart from first base all the way home, tying it at 5 apiece here. Bottom of the 5th. Still no outs. As I said, Matt Fry safe at second as Jimmy Obertop, the catcher for the Wolverines, steps up to the plate. An absolutely beautiful hit to left field. I keep on wanting to say like third base field. Don't know why. But left field, the man was not there. Took a great drop and allowed Stewart to turn on the Jets and allowed Matt to get safely to second base with a great double.
So Fry at second as the pitcher steps off. No one there, so Fry kind of playfully jumps back at second. In a funny way to kind of mock the pitcher, Braden Tucker.
No outs here, as mentioned. Definitely got to be getting in his head after a hit like that. Jimmy Obertop, here's the first pitch. Going to be called an inside strike. Catches him looking for the 0-1 count. Great work done by the catcher there, have to say.
Yeah, I mean, even after the electric extra base hit there by Fry, more opportunities here for Michigan to capitalize, extend that lead. Runner on, no outs.
He's looking at second. Here's the pitch. Makes some good contact on it, but that is going to be an easy fly ball all the way over to right field as Matt Fry will run to third base and will be safe.
Good job there by Obertop. High fly ball, kind of deepish into right field, giving Fry the opportunity to tag from second to third. That's how you build. That's how you advance bases, and that's how you kind of build these opportunities to get runs. As Tito Flores, who hit a double back in the third, with a chance to score Fry here with a ground ball, a single. He can score him in a variety of ways.
Absolutely, he is 1 for 2 on the day. As you said, a great double in the third inning. Only 1 out here, tied at 5 apiece. Matt Fry on third base. Braden Tucker got to be getting a little nervous. Here's the first pitch. Going to be called a strike. Catches Tito looking on the 0-1 count. For an 0-1 count, excuse me. As we said, many things would score Matt Fry from third. And here's the pitch on the 0-1 count. Going to hit the ground way to the outside. Catcher right on top of it makes the count 1-1.
Keep working that count if you're Tito. I mean,
absolutely.
Tucker already at 64. He didn't even start the game. So keep working that count.
Absolutely. You want to get him tired, want to get him exhausted as he swings at it, and it will go right past the second baseman, Matt Fry, safe at home. Tito Flores safe at first. An RBI single for Tito will allow the Wolverines to reclaim the lead 6-5 here at the bottom of the 5th. As I said right before the Wolverines went to bat, it has been a game of many changing leads, and it will happen here again at the bottom of the 5th. Wolverines up 6-5 as Joey Velasquez comes up to the plate for the Wolverines.
Velasquez has been one of the best Wolverines on both sides of the ball today. Walked in the second, homered in the third, and made some nice plays out and left. As it looks like the Indiana head coach will come out to relieve Braden Tucker. Got some action in the Indiana bullpen as well as the Michigan bullpen, perhaps. So that's the end of Braden Tucker.
Michigan announcers being a little cheeky with it, playing the Beatles' Help as they make the pitching change. Not quite sure who's coming in here. Can't quite make the number out. We will find out in a moment, but a 2-run 5th inning will end Braden Tucker's day. Came in at the second inning for the starter, Luke Hayden. It is already going to be Indiana's third pitcher, despite Michigan still sticking with Chase Allen so far, their starter, on the day. He has pitched through 5 innings. Meanwhile, Indiana sends in their third man here at the bottom of the 5th, trying to make out the number on his back. Can't quite see it from here.
Number 29 is going to be Ryan Kraft, freshman.
Ryan Kraft, freshman, left-handed pitcher.
See what Kraft's got.
Oh, yeah.
Got a nice wide motion when he pitches. Looks like he's pitching exclusively. No, he's just going to start from the stretch because Michigan currently has runner on. Flores is at first base after the RBI single to put Michigan up 1. Michigan hitting .400 as a team, 8 of 20, compared to Indiana's 118. They're 2 of 17, but you might be wondering, hey, why? It's only a 6-5 game. Well, Michigan has walked Indiana twice and hit them twice as well, along with 1 error. So those build up.
Absolutely. Getting the highway to the danger zone for the Hoosiers. They have had 2 different leads in this game that have both immediately been squandered by the Wolverines in the same inning. At the top of the second, Indiana took a 2-0 lead, but the Wolverines managed to tie it up at the bottom of the second and then take the lead at the bottom of the third. Here at the top of the 5th, Indiana hit a 3-run homer, take a 5-4 lead, but 2 runs by the Wolverines here at the bottom of the 5th allow them to retake the lead 6-5. Joey Velasquez stepping up to the plate for the Wolverines. He is 1 for 1 on the day. A 2-run homer in the 3rd inning.
See if Velasquez can advance Flores, or dare I say score him. Flores at first. Velasquez 1 of 1 today with the home run. That was a good pitch.
That was a nasty curve. Really looked like, for a moment, looked like it was going to hit Joey, but curved beautifully inside to make the count 0-1 here. Only 1 out, and as you mentioned, Tito Flores on first base for the Wolverines. There's pitcher Kraft going to throw to first base. No chance of tagging him out, but having Tito Flores take a step back, get back onto the bag. Ryan Kraft, as we mentioned, a left-handed freshman.
Another nice curve.
Some mean curves here, gotta say, especially from this angle. Looks wildly outside, only for it to go straight down the middle. Pitch came in at 74 miles per hour. Here's the 0-2 count. We'll throw it again to first base.
Tito Flores, he's hopping around there at first, taking up a lot of the attention of pitcher Ryan Kraft. And that's what you want to do if you're a base runner, right?
Yeah.
Make sure you're taking up his attention for a guy like Joey Velasquez.
Definitely. Swings, but he will drop the pitch.
Runner at first, so
yes.
Even on the drop third strike, Joey can advance. But great pitching there by Ryan Kraft.
Absolutely.
Joey Velasquez.
Absolutely. 1, 2, 3 strikes there will cause the second out of the bottom of the 5th here. Riley Bertram, the shortstop, batting 7th. It's .255 on the season. Coming up to the plate, Tito Flores on first base. 2 outs here at the bottom of the 5th. He gets ready, and he throws again to try to get Tito to stop bugging him on first base. It's like a fly. It's like that fly that you just can't swat. It's got to be annoying with him bouncing around over there at first base. You can tell he wants to throw it again, but instead he will make the pitch. Will just drop a little too low to be a ball. 1-0 count here for Riley Bertram. 2 outs. Bottom of the 5th. Wolverines up 6-5. Here's the second pitch. Makes contact, but it is going to be a foul ball into the right side of the parking lot. Not sure if it hit a car, excuse me. Hope it didn't, but can never truly tell from this angle. Will make the count 1-1 for Ryan Kraft, who's already struck out one. And here's the pitch. Riley will make contact again, but it will be a foul ball to the left foul ball line towards the Michigan dugout. Will make the count 1-2. Bit of a curve on that pitch.
Bertram has been solid today. Although he's 0-1, he got hit by a pitch in his second inning. He had a nice line out, but a nice play by the third baseman, Josh Pine, to get the out there.
Sure, here's the pitch on the 1-2. Catcher seemed to think that was strike three, but the umpire will disagree. Just a little too low to make it a 2-2 count here with 2 outs at Ray Fisher Stadium. Ryan Kraft came in to relieve Brandon Tucker this inning, and he is doing a great job. Time is called for a moment here before the 2-2 puts Tito back at first base. As Ryan Kraft gets ready for the pitch, throws it to first, trying to get Tito.
Keeps checking Tito over there.
Keeps checking Tito. No real chance of tagging him out with any of the throws, but he just wants Tito to leave him alone.
This is a stealing situation. 2-2 with 2 outs, so we'll see if Tito goes.
Definitely.
He
The
doesn't
pitch.
this time.
He is going to swing and miss. Catcher will drop it, though. Does not seem like it will matter. That will be the third strike of the inning. Third out of the inning, excuse me, for Riley Bertram. But 2 runs there will let the Wolverines retake the lead 6-5 as we head to the top of the 6th inning. Chase Allen will stay in pitching for the Wolverines here at the top of the 6th.
Yeah,
been
Allen's
pitching.
surprised. Honestly surprised they haven't pulled him yet. He's a great pitcher.
For sure.
Pitch count.
After he let in a 3-run homer after hitting 2 batters with
they-
pitches in a row.
Yep, I think also, they do want to save their bullpen for late in the year. Chase only has 66 pitches, so I think well below, his kind of limit. So I keep Chase rolling. He's a good pitcher.
Certainly. Makes sense. Hoosiers have already had to use up 3 different pitchers in this game, while the Wolverines are content staying with their starter. As we head to the top of the 6th, Indiana had a great, as I mentioned, 3-run homer at the top of the 5th. Gave them the lead 5-4, but Wolverines coming back with a nice 2-run inning there at the bottom of the 5th. Lets them reclaim the lead 6-5 in this exciting game of many lead changes. For the Hoosiers, they have Tibbetts coming up to the plate. Brock Tibbetts, first baseman, batting 6th. He is 1 for 1 on the day. First pitch just a little inside. Tibbetts has to dodge out of the way just a little bit. Will be called a ball, giving him a 1-0 count. No one on, no one out. Second pitch again.
He's behind him.
Went behind him.
Yeah, Chase really struggling with control these last couple of innings. He's hit a couple. Just threw that one behind Tibbetts.
Tibbetts just immediately knew that one was nowhere near him or the strike zone.
Mm-hmm.
We'll make it a 2-0 count here. Here's the pitch by Allen, and a great strike catches Tibbetts looking.
And that one was right down the middle. So
Absolutely. So who knows, really? And here is the 2-1 pitch. Tibbetts swings at it, and that ball will be long gone along the left field. A solo shot for Brock Tibbetts will tie the game up. As I said, a game of many lead changes.
Yep.
Will tie the game up at 6 here for the Hoosiers. Brock Tibbetts is 2 for 2 on the day with 2 RBIs. Chase Allen going to stay in here with no outs at the top of the 6th. Tyler Dones, the senior, batting 7th, second baseman for the Hoosiers, who tie it up at 6 with that solo shot. First pitch right down the middle, catches Tyler looking for an 0-1 count.
Yeah, Tibbetts clearly not shaken up by the pitch that was thrown behind him. 2 pitches later, goes yard over the brick monster.
Definitely not. Had no doubt about the distance, as the next pitch will be an easy grounder to third base, who makes the throw for the first out of the inning. As Evan Goforth, the shortstop, batting 8th. It's 3-2-1 on the season, batting 3-2-1 on the season. Steps up to plate for Chase Allen. 1 out here in the top of the 6th. Brock Tibbetts with a solo shot to start off the inning. First pitch to Goforth will be just a little high, making it a 1-0 count here for the shortstop. Chase Allen winding up with the second throw. Goforth will make contact, but that will be a high foul ball. Ooh. Oh. What in the world happened there?
Something got hit.
Something got hit, I guess. There was a loud noise coming over the loudspeaker. Had me spooked for a moment. But here is the pitch on the 1-1 count. Will be just barely a foul ball. Making a weird bounce. But the third baseman, 24, Matt Frey, able to make the grab. It's a foul ball. Will not matter, though. 1-2 count here. 1 out. Top of the 6th for Goforth. Pitch will be way outside. Obertop cannot hold on to it. Called an easy ball. It will be a 2-2 count for Goforth, who had a sacrifice fly earlier in the game. He has 1 RBI. Here's the pitch. Goforth making great contact deep into right field. Gonna round first, go all the way to second, as he will be safe with the double. On a 2-2 count, Evan Goforth, the shortstop, with the double off of Chase Allen, with only 1 out here in the top of the 6th.
So Chase Allen continues.
Chase Allen, yes, indeed. Not going to meet with the pitching coach or anybody. They are going to keep him in, with Peter Ceruto, the catcher, bottom of the lineup for the Hoosiers, stepping in. 1 out here in the top of the 6th, but a go-ahead run for the Hoosiers on second base now.
I mean, to be fair, Indiana's only got 4 hits against Chase, but, you know, we've talked about it. There's been concerns of control throughout the game. Michigan also does have an error, so we'll see if this is just a fluke or if Chase is truly getting tired.
We'll have to see. 1-0 pitch will be to the outside, called a ball. 2-0 count here. 1 out in the top of the 6th inning. Tied at 6 apiece. The pitching coach will come out. There it is.
Not going to relieve him, though.
Not going to relieve him on a 2-0 count for Peter Ceruto, the catcher, who is 0 for 2 on the day. Bottom of the lineup for the Indiana Hoosiers. Evan Goforth hit a nice double. And Brock Tibbetts with a nice solo shot home run to start off the top of the 6th inning. A game of lead changes, to say the least. It has been an absolutely high-scoring game. Anytime one team takes the lead, it feels like the other guys are right there in the very next inning at their very next at-bat to put a stop to it. As I said, Chase Allen staying in there despite a rough start to the inning, to say the least. Pitching coach will go back to the dugout as Ceruto gets ready for the pitch on a 2-0 count with 1 out here. And here's the pitch, called a strike right down the middle. Some Indiana fans disagreeing with it, but Ceruto will look at it, making it a 2-1 count here at the top of the 6th. And here's the pitch, low into the outside. Obertop tries to make the throw to second to catch him, but he will not. But it was actually called a strike, I believe. Will make it a 2-2 count.
Obertop sprung up from that catcher position, looked to fire out.
Absolutely. looked like he maybe could have had him for a split second, but the runner will get back to second quite easily. And here's the pitch on the 2-2. Ceruto will swing and miss, giving him the second out of the inning, and Allen's only second strikeout of the day. But Bobby Whalen, the sophomore, top of the lineup, he is 0 for 2 on the day, but he does have one run.
They get hit by a pitch.
Yes.
Back in the fifth.
Indeed. 2 outs here at the top of the sixth. Runner on second for the Hoosiers. Josh Allen trying to get out of this inning, and here's the pitch. Whalen thinks about it, but does not go for the first for a high and outside ball. 1-0 count here for Whalen.
One good thing for Michigan is that Gopher at that second doesn't have a lot of speed, doesn't have a single stolen base here this year.
Certainly not. And here's the pitch. Just barely inside. Called a strike. Caught Whalen looking at it. 1-1 count here. 2 outs. We are all tied up at 6 at the top of the 6th inning. Hoosiers at the top of their lineup. Bobby Whalen. Chase Allen taking a second to get ready for the pitch. And here it is. 1-1 count. Thinks about going. They're going to say he did not. He pulled back, did not go enough, just in time. Will be called a ball. Some fans disagreeing with the call, but regardless, it will be the second ball, making it a 2-1 count here for Bobby Whalen, who's 0 for 2 on the day, but has been hit by a pitch. Here it is. He swings at it, will make contact, but will go directly and bobble to second baseman.
Burton.
Likely an error going to be called there. Ball went directly to second baseman who had it. Fumbled with the ball just a little bit. Made the throw to first, but just not in time. He will be called safe at first. Runners on the corners for the Hoosiers as Hunter Jesse, the right fielder, steps up to the plate. He is also 0 for 2 on the day. But he has in a very great scoring position here. Jimmy Obertop making some sort of signal to Chase Allen. Here, runners on the corners. 2 outs here, top of the 6th. Here's the pitch. He is going to make great contact, but it is going to foul out of play. Chase Allen trying to get the Wolverines out of this inning without letting the Hoosiers retake the lead so late in the game. Always a dangerous, scary scenario. 0-1 count. And that pitch will be just barely inside. Beautifully done by Allen. And a great catch by Obertop. Great work by him. We'll make it an 0-2 count here with 2 outs here at the top of the 6th. Runners on the corners. Chase Allen winding up. And here's the 0-2 pitch. Flies high and up to the left field, but it will be a foul ball. Made very good contact with it, but just too far to the left there for Jesse. Continues to be an 0-2 count. Chase Allen, here's the 0-2. He looks at it, and that is a ball as Obertop cannot hold on to it. Jesse not biting on that one. We'll make it a 1-2 count. 1 ball, 2 strikes here. As Chase Allen gets set for the pitch. Here's the 1-2. Just barely to the outside. Yet again, Obertop unable to hold on to it. 2-2 count here for Hunter Jesse, the right fielder, batting second. He is 0 for 2 on the day.
This is a big pitch here in the ball game. 2-2,
Absolutely.
2 outs, runners in the corners, tie ball game.
Here it is.
Ooh.
Way up into the outside. We'll make it a full count with 2 outs here. This is a very dangerous at-bat. Absolutely.
Full count here.
Very, very important pitch here
Range of
Runners
possibilities.
on the corners. Here's the pitch. Swings at it, makes contact. But the shortstop is right there to grab it and throw it to first. Gets the Wolverines out of a scary situation. Ends the top of the 6th inning. Indiana gets a solo shot to tie the ball game up at 6, but they will get nothing more. Likely, I would imagine that is it today for Chase Allen, but we will have to see as we enter the bottom of the 6th. Wolverines tie game at 6 apiece. Indiana left runners stranded on the corners there after a costly error by the second baseman. Thankfully amounts to nothing for Indiana. Ball was hit directly to Riley Bertram, the shortstop, who easily makes the throw and the play at first base as we head to the bottom of the 6th. The Wolverines advertising the next game at Ray Fisher will be against Xavier on Tuesday, May 10th at 6 p.m. If you're on campus, if you're not doing anything, should be a beautiful night and an exciting game for the Wolverines. Why not come out and support your boys?
Yes.
Seems that Ryan Kraft staying in the mound for the Hoosiers. Why wouldn't he? He closed out that last inning. Actually, no. I do believe that he has been changed out. He is Nathan Stahl, I believe, number 14, the junior right-handed pitcher, coming in here at the bottom of the 6th. Very surprised. Ryan Kraft had a mean curveball at that inning. Seemed like he was very easily taking care of the Wolverines. Hoosiers will disagree. Yet another 4th pitcher of the game through 6 innings for the Hoosiers. Nathan Stahl, the junior, as I said, right-handed pitcher for the Hoosiers, coming in as we are all tied up at 6. As Dylan Stanton coming in for the Wolverines, having a monster game, 2 RBIs, 1 for 2 on the day. Dylan Stanton batting 8th, the first baseman. It's .354 on the season. And here's the windup and the throw. Ball will be way too low. We'll make it a 1-0 count for Dylan.
Big inning here for Michigan.
Absolutely.
Later stages of the game.
As we've said, it has been a game of many lead changes. Second pitch will be low again from Stahl. Dylan Stanton with a 2-0 count here. No one on, no one out. Tied at 6 apiece at the bottom of the 6th inning. Anytime Indiana has managed to tie it or take the lead, the Wolverines have been right there in the same inning to ensure that they do not. Stanton will make some contact with it, but it will be a foul ball along the right side baseline. Excuse me, making it a 2-1 count. And here is the pitch. 2-1 manages to find, just barely manages to find the inside. Will be called a strike, making it a 2-2 count here for Stanton. Very important, as you said, very important inning, and this could be a very crucial at-bat for the Wolverines. Here's the pitch. Tried to pull it back just a little bit, but just not in time. They're going to say he went for the 3rd strike of the at-bat for the first out of the inning for the Wolverines as Ted Burton steps up to the plate. The second baseman, bottom of the lineup for the Wolverines, but he is 1 for 1 on the day. 1 out here at the bottom of the 6th. Windup and the throw. Pitch is way too outside. Going to be called for a ball. 1-0 count here for Ted Burton. He is 1-1, but he has been walked a few times today, and here is the pitch. Ooh, a nasty curve, I believe, on that one. Clocked in at 80 miles an hour. Going to be called a strike. Some Michigan fans disagreeing with the umpire's assessment, making it a 1-1 count, windup and the throw low into the outside. 2-1 count here for Ted Burton. This game is going to come down to these final innings. 1 out here, bottom of the 6th. 2-1.
That pitch was so good it even fooled the catcher.
Oh, yeah.
Ted Burton swung and missed, and the catcher, Ceruto, couldn't catch it, went right behind him. So, great start here for relief pitcher Nathan Stahl.
Definitely. Got Ted Burton on a 2-2 count here. The pitch going to bounce to the outside, giving Ted Burton a full count. No one on. 1 out here. A 3-2-1 count here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Here's the full count pitch. Ooh.
Wow, that was a great pitch.
That
looked like it was going to hit Burton and then curved back inside. Luckily for Burton, call it a ball.
Yes, he is making his way downtown.
I was about to say, this is not Clark Elliott's walk-up song.
Walked to first base. Puts Ted Burton on first base with a full count walk. Lets Clark Elliott step up to the plate. He is 0 for 3 today, but he is a star to the lineup. Right fielder, batting .348 on the season.
See if Clark can get something going here. Like you said, Ryan, star of the lineup, but he's 0 for 3 here today, hitting .348. One of the more sought-after Big Ten prospects here in this conference.
Stahl will throw it to first, try and get Ted Burton a little scared for a runoff, but he will not get him. 1 out here. It's the first pitch to Clark Elliott. Clark Elliott makes some great contact, has a lot of distance, but it is going to go down. The center fielder makes the grab for the second out of the day. Clark Elliott 0 for 4 on the day, very out of character. Unfortunate to see for the Wolverines as Joe Stewart steps up to the plate with 2 outs here at the bottom of the 6th. You got Ted Burton on first base. Clark Elliott made some great contact, but spent a little too time up in the air, allowed the center fielder to make the grab. Stahl will throw it over to first, but Ted Burton will easily slide, making him safe.
Oh, yeah.
He will continue to take a lead off as Stahl makes the first pitch. Low into the outside, into the dirt.
Yeah. Good job by Ceruto to stop that.
Absolutely. He got right in front of that one. Certainly would have allowed Ted Burton to take second, but instead he will remain on first on a bit of an outside and low pitch into the dirt.
Indeed.
The 1-0 count. High. Going to be called a second ball. 2-0 count here.
Stewart also not struggling quite as much as Clark Elliott is, but 1 for 3 certainly. Hoping to get a hit here.
With the runner on first.
Ooh.
Swings at it, but will not make contact.
That was a wave.
Oh, yeah.
Stewart waved at that one.
Definitely. Going to be a 2-1 count here with 2 outs for the Wolverines. 2-1 count here. Joe Stewart is 1 for 3 on the day. Stahl will throw it to first base. And yes, as you said, Ted Burton gets back to first. Will not be tagged out. 2-1 count here for Stahl. He is ready to take the pitch. 2-1. Joe Stewart will make pretty solid contact, but it'll be a ground ball right to the third baseman who makes the throw to first, getting him out. 3rd out of the inning here at the bottom of the 6th. Tied here as we head to the top of the 7th. Wolverines decide to put in a new pitcher here it would seem, number 48 for the Wolverines is going to be Noah Renard.
Noah Renard, yeah, he came in on Friday as well. Had an excellent outing there to close the seal for the Wolverines, and obviously, Coach Eric Bakic looking for him to keep this game tied from a defensive standpoint. Well, maybe the Michigan offense can catch up and provide some runs for Michigan. But Noah Renard, excellent pitcher.
He is a senior, right-handed pitcher.
4-1 on the year. Has got 55 strikeouts to 13 walks. So those are the kind of numbers you're working with if you're Noah Renard. And he's leader of this team, 4.03 ERA. Right-handed pitcher, and only 3 home runs given up this year, and 44 innings pitched. So,
Josh Pine, third in the lineup, the third baseman for the Hoosiers, will be leading off here at the top of the 7th. It will be Pine, Matheson, and Ellis lining up to hit in this inning. We got the Good Life playing here at Ray Fisher Stadium, and it is indeed the Good Life here for a beautiful Mother's Day here. Getting a little bit cloudy, but still a beautiful sunny day. Still plenty of blue sky. Had a great game at Ray Fisher Stadium. Plenty of runs, 6-6, all tied up at the top of the 7th. I wish a very happy Mother's Day to all the viewers here, from everyone here at WCBN Radio Ann Arbor.
Shout out to my grandparents. I know they're tuning in. Rita, happy Mother's Day to you, Grandma Rita, and Grandpa Sam.
Absolutely.
Hopefully you got her a present. I know you did.
As I said, Josh Pine, the third baseman, stepping up to the plate for the Hoosiers. First pitch. Getting ready for Renard. And here it is. He makes solid contact, but is going to be a bouncer to third base. But he will be safe at first. A solid bounce. Just a little too high. Josh Pine able to get to first base just in time for the Hoosiers.
Yeah, way to run it out if you're Josh Pine. Took a while to come down there after that first bounce. Third baseman Matt Fry, and Pine able to beat it out. Third baseman on third baseman.
Yeah.
Third baseman on third baseman crime.
Oh, yeah. Runner on first base. Renard Matheson up to the plate. Here's the first pitch. Thinks about going, but pulls back. Called for a ball. A 1-0 count here for Matheson. Left fielder Carter Matheson. 1-0 count here, top of the 7th, no outs. Here's the pitch. Just a little too low, it seems. 2-0 count here. You got Josh Pine on first base. Renard, the throw, makes solid contact. Yeah, almost came back here, but luckily the
top of the net.
Yeah, the grid keeps top of the net, I suppose that's a better word for it. Keeps the fans here safe. Looked like it was coming for the press box for a minute. I hope I haven't done anything to make these players mad.
Matheson's got something against us.
It seems like it. But here is a 2-1 count. Makes solid contact. Thinks to the shortstop. Thinks about throwing it to second. Decides against it. Throws to the first baseman to get him out. 1 out here at the top of the 7th. Josh Pine able to advance to second base as Carter Matheson is tagged out at first. A bouncing ball to the shortstop as Matthew Ellis, the designated hitter, 0 for 2 on the day, but still has 1 run. Steps up to the plate with 1 out in the inning. Here's the throw. Just barely outside. Going to be called a ball, giving it a 1-0 count for Renard. Noah Renard, a right-handed senior, coming in to relieve Chase Allen, who pitched for 6 innings. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Ooh, bat flies out of his hand. He makes some contact there, and the foul ball goes way behind everybody there. Bat flew out of his hands there. It's a scary moment there, but it will be called strike on account of it being a foul. A 1-1 count here. Runner on second base for Indiana with 1 out at the top of the 7th. Very precarious situation here with the runner in scoring position. Really do not want to give the Hoosiers a lead so late in the game. Bernard, here's the 1-1. Pitch right down the middle. Called a strike easily by the umpire. 1-2 count here now for Bernard. Got number 9 for the Hoosiers, Brock Tibbetts, warming up. Here's the throw. Makes it to second base. Ooh! Pitch is just a little to the outside, but Obertop tries to throw it to the second baseman to tag the man out. But unfortunately, he is not going to get him. Will remain safe at second with a 2-2 count here for Matthew Ellis of the Hoosiers. 1 out here. Bernard gets ready for the 2-2 pitch as Ellis will make contact, but it will be popped up in the air into the foul base, left of the third baseline. I believe that is the... Not sure who that was who caught it.
Bertram, I think.
Yes, I believe that was Bertram. He makes the grab. Riley Bertram, the shortstop. Indeed it was.
Play by him.
Yes.
Pacing over to the third base line.
Yeah.
Communicating. Communication is important in this sport.
Very
does that.
Yeah, very well done.
Crucial
Will be
out
the
here for
second out of the inning as Tibbetts comes in. He is 2 for 2 on the day. Very scary batter to be going up against with a runner in scoring position. As Josh Pine still on second base. He would be a go-ahead run. First pitch by Renard to Tibbetts is low and to the outside. 1-0 count. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Makes contact, but it will be grounded to the left of the third baseline. A foul ball, giving him the first strike of the count. 1-1 here with 2 outs. Tibbetts hit a 3-run homer at the top of the 5th. Gave the Hoosiers the lead, only for the Wolverines to answer back with 2 runs of their own there in the 5th inning. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Very close strike. Going to make it a 1-2 count. That strike just barely inside the strike zone. Caught Tibbetts looking at it. With 2 outs here and a runner on second. This is a very important pitch. 1-2 count. Renard looking to get him out of the inning. Here's the throw. High and high ball. Tibbetts, of course, not going to swing at it. Making it a 2-2 count here with 2 outs. Tied up at 6. Runner on.
Just focus on Tibbetts, the batter. 2 outs.
For
Try
sure.
to get Tibbetts. Get out of this inning.
For sure. And here's the pitch. Tibbetts makes great... Oh! No, but he's not going to hold on to it. Oh! RBI double for Tibbetts, his 3rd RBI of the game. He is 3 for 3, putting up ridiculous numbers. The right fielder for the Wolverines, Clark Elliott, tried to make the diving grab for it, could not hold on to it. Allows Indiana to take the leading run, gets a go-ahead run, with an RBI double. 7-6. Indiana will reclaim the lead here at the top of the 7th, still 2 outs. As Tyler Dones, the second baseman, steps up to plate for Indiana. First pitch called a strike. Tyler Dones 0 for 3 on the day. Renard trying to get him out of this inning. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He makes contact, but that is going to fly into the parking lot to right field. Not quite sure if that hit a car. Certainly hope that wasn't the case. Runner on second. 0-2 count here. Renard trying to get rid of Dones and get them out of this inning. Here's the 0-2. High fly and pop fly. High ball to the center fielder who easily makes the grab, putting the Wolverines out of this inning, but not before Tibbetts again for the Hoosiers. Gets an RBI double, putting Indiana in the lead, 7-6 here as we reach the 7th inning stretch here at Ray Fisher Stadium.
Yeah, for Michigan, got to respond again. They've responded each inning except for last inning that Indiana has scored. So let's see if they can do that, get the bats hot again as we head to the 7th inning stretch. 7-6 Hoosiers lead here on WCBN Sports.
Yes, absolutely. It has been a high-scoring game. Only 3 innings left, really, for the Wolverines. As the game goes on, you have less and less chances to cut that lead, tie the game up, and take your own lead. As we head to the bottom of the 7th, leading off for the Wolverines, it's Matt Fry, the third baseman, batting third. And after a beautiful rendition of Take Me Out to the Ball Game, we hear the Michigan Wolverine Classic. Mr. Brightside.
It's usually a fall classic.
Oh, yeah.
It's waiting to baseball stadium, right, Fisher?
It's like Pump It Up. It's made its way into all aspects of Michigan sports. Indiana up 7-6, as previously mentioned, as we reach the bottom of the 7th. Number 14, Nathan Stahl, staying in for Indiana here. I'm not sure when the last time Indiana had a pitcher stay in for 2 innings was. Feels like it's been a little while. Matt Fry, however, is 2 for 3 on the day. Of course, he is batting third for the Wolverines, the third baseman. Here's the first pitch. Going to be called a strike. Matt Fry thinks about looking at it, but doesn't. Going to be called a strike regardless. Here's the 0-1 pitch. Matt Fry makes some contact, but that's going to be a pop fly foul ball out of play.
Someone's going to get that ball still in the arena. Got to call fans trying to get it.
Oh, yeah. I can see him. 0-2 count here already for Matt Fry by Nathan Stahl, who pitched last inning for the Hoosiers, has 1 strikeout, 1 walk on the day. Got an 0-2 count here at the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Ooh, and it will hit Matt Fry.
Yeah.
A lot of hit batters today by pitches.
Quite a bit, yeah.
Yeah, it will hit him.
I mean, that's big for Michigan, right?
Yeah.
Runner on first.
Seems to hit him right in the arm, near the shoulder, as it will put him on first base despite an 0-2 count. Matt Fry coming up to going to first as Jimmy Obertop, the catcher, 0 for 3 on the day.
Here comes the Hoosier pitching coach now.
And Indiana going to be making a pitching change after Matt Fry is hit by pitch. I guess I spoke too soon. Indiana's loving these pitching changes as the Wolverines will play the Jeopardy theme. Had to think about it for a moment, as Indiana will put in a new pitcher, trying to get a good look at this man's number. Can't quite see who it is. It is Sharp, number 27 for Indiana. Reese Sharp, sophomore, right-handed pitcher. How many pitchers? This is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. This is the 5th pitcher of the game. Not even through 7 innings for Indiana. They just love swapping those pitchers out. They know how close and intense this game is, how just one at-bat can shift the entire tone. And Matt Fry was hit by a pitch on an 0-2 count by Nathan Stahl. And as Jimmy Obertop, the catcher, Batting fourth for the Wolverines. He is 0 for 3 on the day, but he is going to step into the game, try and give the Wolverines a bit more of a fighting chance. Indiana took a 7-6 lead in the previous, at the top of the 7th here. Reese Sharp was the closer for the final 4 innings for the Indiana Hoosiers in their 9-5 victory over the Wolverines yesterday. Remains a beautiful Sunday afternoon. Happy Mother's Day. Keep saying it over and over again, but it can't be stated enough. Happy Mother's Day to all those wonderful, lovely moms who are watching. We love you. We appreciate everything you do for us. No outs here. Bottom of the 7th. Wolverines have Matt Fry on first as Reese Sharp, the 5th pitcher today for the Hoosiers, warms up, gets ready for what should be an intense inning. Wolverines have managed to respond almost every single time, pretty much every single time today that Indiana took the lead over them. We'll see if that will be the case here in this inning. You're certainly running out of chances to retake that lead late in the game. Jimmy Obertop is .279 on the season, but he is 0 for 3 on the day. As Jimmy Obertop steps up to the plate. Here is Sharp's first pitch coming, and a fastball right down the middle, swing and a miss, clocking in at 92 miles per hour. Jimmy Obertop really wanted that one, not going to get it. Strike one. 0-1 count here for Obertop. No outs. Matt Fry on first. Here's the 0-1. Low and to the outside. Called a ball by the umpire. Sharp on a 1-1 count here for Jimmy Obertop, the catcher, batting fourth. Here's the 1-1. Makes some contact on it, but it is going to be a foul ball well behind the batter's box. Going to make it a 1-2 count here. Still no outs at the bottom of the 7th. Sharp, Reese Sharp, coming in for the Hoosiers on a 1-2 count here. Matt Fry again still at first, but Sharp not seeming to worry about him too much. Here's the 1-2 pitch. Obertop thinks of going, does not. The ball's a little too high for him. Second ball called, making it a 2-2 count.
No outs here, an excellent opportunity for Michigan to get something on the board with Fry at first. Obertop, the veteran, he's the man to do it.
You would certainly hope so. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Obertop swings at it, makes contact, but is going to be a foul ball well to the outside. Count will remain 2-2 with no outs on the inning.
Way to keep fighting if you're Jimmy Obertop.
Absolutely, definitely. You want to wear out Reese Sharp. You want to wear out this new pitcher as quick as possible.
Indeed.
As here is the 2-2 pitch. Obertop will make contact, but that will be an easy fly ball to center field, who will get underneath it and make the grab. Obertop going 0 for 4 on the day so far. Very out of character for him. But up next, the man you want to see today, Tito Flores. 2 for 3 on the day. 1 RBI, 1 run. Having a heck of a game with only 1 out and Matt Fry on first. Really hope he can get something going.
Velasquez on deck as well. 1 for 2 today with a home run.
With an exciting home run.
So a couple hot bats coming up here from Michigan.
Here's the first pitch. High to the outside. Going to be called a ball for Tito. 1-0 count. 1 out here for Reese Sharp. Again, as I've mentioned, the 5th pitcher of the day for the Hoosiers compared to the Wolverines 2. Here's the count, 1-0. Pitch is going to be low. Called a ball, making the count 2-0 for Sharp. Wolverines down 7-6. Tito Flores steps out of the batter's box for a moment, steps back in on a 2-0 count. As here is the pitch. Tito makes contact with it, but it's going to be a foul, well out of play. 2-1 count here. Foul ball will be the first strike of the inning. Of the at-pat, excuse me, not the first strike of the inning. That would certainly not the case on a 2-1 count with 1 out already here. Matt Fry on first base, hoping to advance. Here's the 1-2, or 2-1. Fly ball well out of play into left field, making the count 2-2 for Tito Flores. Batting 5th, the designated hitter. Really want to try and get him on base, especially with Joey Velasquez stepping up to the plate immediately afterwards. You got Matt Fry at first. Tito Flores on a 2-2 count. 1 out. Wolverines down 7-6 at the bottom of the 7th. Here's the 2-2. Swings at it and misses. Striking Tito Flores out is going to be Reese Sharp's first strikeout of the day. Joey Velasquez, though, stepping up to the plate. A 2-run homer earlier in the day gave the Wolverines the lead in the bottom of the 5th, hoping he could recreate some of that magic here in the bottom of the 7th with 2 outs and a runner on first. He is 1 for 2 on the day. Here's the pitch. Going to be low. A low ball. 1-0 count for Joey.
Certainly Michigan hoping Velasquez can provide them some sort of spark. It seems like since Matt Fry reached first, not a lot has happened. 2 outs right now, so Velasquez, obviously, Ryan mentioned the home run.
1-0 pitch, high, going to easily be called a ball, making it a 2-0.
Sharp wanted that one back. It looked like he got away from him based on that reaction he had over the mound.
Certainly.
Catcher Cerruto telling him to calm down a little bit. BU, 2 outs here, focus on the batter.
Absolutely. Wolverines bats not nearly as hot as they were earlier in the game, but here's the 2-0 pitch. A very good drop, clocking in at 75 miles per hour. Certainly had me fooled for a minute, and absolutely had Joey fooled as he looks at it. Did not like the look of it, making it a 2-1 count here for Joey. Here's the pitch. Joey will make contact on it, but it will be a ground ball foul to the right side of the field. 2-2 count here for Joey. He is 1 for 2 on the day, been walked once, struck out once, and hit a home run. So really everything is on the table here. Anything is a real possibility, especially with Matt Fry on first base, Joey Velasquez gets ready for the 2-2 pitch. Here it is. Ooh, low, just barely a little bit too low, making it a full count for Joey Velasquez. 3-2. 2 outs here, bottom of the 7th. Indiana holding on to a very close 7-6 lead here at Ray Fisher Stadium. Here's the full count pitch. And Velasquez will make contact with it, but it will pop out of play as a foul ball. Going to the practice facility, lands on the roof, and will stay there. No ball for the children, who excitedly run over there, only for it not to come down. Will remain a full count for Joey Velasquez with 2 outs here. Bottom of the 7th, Matt Fry again, runner on first base. As we get ready, here's the pitch. Again, Joey Velasquez will make contact, but it will be way out of play. Foul ball along the left line. Continuing a full count here.
Fun fact for Velasquez, he's also on the football team, so a dual sport athlete.
Wow.
Joey Velasquez
Don't
is.
really see that too often anymore. And every day beyond Sanders. Here's the full count pitch. Velasquez will look at it, and it will be a low outside ball. Lets him walk to first base. And will send Matt Fry to second in scoring position. The tying run at second in the go-ahead on first. Riley Berntram, the shortstop, 0 for 2 on the day, will step up to the plate with 2 outs here. Runners on first and second at the bottom of the 7th. Wolverines really need some runs, and they're running out of opportunities to get them. As Sharp gets ready for the pitch. Riley will make some contact, but will foul it off. Well behind, out of play. Making it an 0-1 count here for Reese Sharp, pitcher for the Indiana Hoosiers. He's walked 1 batter, struck 1 out on the day. As he gets ready, winding up for the 0-1 pitch. Here it is. Very much to the inside.
Almost hit him.
Almost hit him, yeah, as you said. Making it a 1-1 count for Riley. Matt Fry on second. Joey Velasquez on first. Both men walked here in this inning, in the 7th. Here's a 1-1. Riley caught looking. Making it a 1-2 count here.
Still 1 more strike for Riley to work with here.
Absolutely.
Runners on. It's imperative that you keep it going.
Definitely.
It's only the third to last opportunity you'll have.
Yeah, you don't want to leave runners stranded here on first and second in a very good scoring opportunity. As Riley gets ready for the 1-2 pitch. Riley will make great contact. It will go into right field, just barely a fair ball. As Matt Fry will go home. Joey Velasquez goes home as well. A triple for Riley Berntram will let the Wolverines retake the lead. 8-7 here at the bottom of the 7th. What a hit. What an at-bat. What an absolute beauty.
Base running as well. I mean, it's a triple.
Absolute beauty. Just barely a fair ball along deep into right field. Had the right fielder for Indiana.
Yep. And Velasquez hustling over from first to score.
Yeah. Hunter Jesse running forward as quick as he can. Unable to get there in time. Allows a beautiful triple as Dylan Stanton, 1 for 3 with 2 RBI, steps up to the plate with a runner on third. First pitch is low, nearly gets behind the catcher, but he manages to block it, making it a 1-0 count. As I've said, a game of many changing leads. Nobody can really seem to hold on to a definitive lead here. This is Dylan Stanton, the first baseman, batting 8th, steps up to plate. 1-0. Ball will be high and to the outside, giving Dylan a 2-0 count. Batter's favor, batter's choice, I believe is the term. On a 2-0 count with 2 outs here. Riley Berntram, on the shortstop, on third base here at the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch. Low, nearly gets behind the catcher again, but he manages to get in front of it. Going to be called a ball yet again.
Yep.
Seems that triple has got Reese Sharp all frazzled up. 3 balls in a row here to Dylan Stanton with 2 outs. Here's the 3-0 pitch. Very solid strike right down the middle. Dylan Stanton will look at it, decides against swinging at it. Good call.
Interestingly enough, Michigan, the heart of their order, will see the plate near the end of this game, which is quite clutch considering how close it is.
Absolutely.
Michigan up 1, and the heart of the order looking to expand that in the coming innings.
Here's the 3-1 pitch. Oh! Dylan Stanton thought that was ball 4, but instead the umpire calling it a strike. Wolverine fans not happy about that call whatsoever. Dylan Stanton thought he was going to first. Instead, he has a full count to deal with a runner on third and 2 outs. Bottom of the 7th. Let's see what he can do here with this full count. Swings at it, makes solid contact, but it is going to go straight to the center fielder for the Wolverines. Dylan Stanton flies out to end the inning, but not before the Wolverines are able. Riley Bertram, able to hit a excellent triple to send in 2 runs and give the Wolverines an 8-7 lead here as we head to the top of the 8th inning.
Top of the 8th here. Hoosiers looking to get that lead back as we go back and forth here in Ray Fisher Stadium.
You have shortstop Evan Goforth batting 8, will be leading off for the Hoosiers. Noah Renard staying in to pitch for the Wolverines. In Indiana, you got Goforth, the shortstop, Ceruto, the catcher, and then you have the top of the lineup again as Bobby Whalen, the center fielder, will go on third here in this inning. Wolverines holding on to a very close lead here, 8-7. Largest lead of the game, I'm pretty sure, was Indiana when they took a 2-0 lead at the very beginning of the game. No, actually, Wolverines were up 4-2 at one point throughout the 3rd and 4th inning. So highest lead of the game has been 2 runs each by both teams. Since then, they have been just swapping leads, tying it up back and forth. There's been a run, at least 1 run, every inning since the 4th so far as we head to the top of the 8th. Renard set to pitch to Goforth, the shortstop. Goforth is 1 for 2 on the day, has 1 RBI, and is batting .345 on the season. First pitch called a strike. Obertop doesn't manage to hold on to it, but nobody on base, so it does not matter. 0-1 count. Here's the pitch directly to the third baseman, who makes the throw and will get him out at first. 1 out here for the Wolverines. Goforth sent out at first.
Yeah, Fry with, a clutch play there. He seemed very calm when making that play.
Absolutely. Made a great grab. Did a 360 turnaround. 180. I don't know.
Third base, too, across the diamond.
Yeah. Far. And there wasn't a doubt that he was going to get him out there. Ceruto steps up to the plate. The catcher, bottom of the lineup for the Indiana. First pitch will be a low ball by Renard. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Going to be called a strike, just barely inside. Great grab by Obertop. Managed to influence the umpire's decision just a tad, I would feel. 1-1 count here with 1 out. Here's the pitch. Ceruto will make contact, but will foul it off well out of play. Past the bleachers, out of the stadium. He is 0 for 3 on the day. There's a 1-2 pitch. And Ceruto will make great contact between the center fielder and right fielder. Will get a single, his first hit of the day. He is, I believe, with Cerudo, he has not had too many hits on the season. He was only batting 100 up until that moment, but he hasn't had too many at-bats. Regardless, he will be safe at first, as Bobby Whalen, the center fielder, 0 for 3 on the day, steps up to the plate with one out here at the top of the 8th. Bernard gets ready for the pitch. Whalen thinks about bunting it, but pulls it back as he realizes it was not going to be in the strike zone. Called the ball. Whalen thinks about bunting it to hopefully send a man into scoring position, but pulls it back. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Whalen looks at it, and it is going to be just a ball barely outside there.
Michigan fans continuing to voice their opinions with the calling of the home plate umpire, John Sapphire.
Certainly seems a little inconsistent at times, but regardless, the 2-0 pitch going to be called
Ball.
outside, going to be called a ball. Looking over, seems that neither of us agreed with that one. But regardless, it will be a 3-0 count with only one out for Bobby Whalen with a runner on first. Here's the pitch. He looks at it, and that is going to be low for a ball 4 by Renard. Runners on first and second as Hunter Jesse steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 3 on the day. Wolverines will send in the pitching coach. Some of the infielders will come in, have a chat with Renard. Really don't want to lose that lead that he worked so hard for already in the last inning. But as I've said, it has been a game of changing leads. No lead is confident, no matter what. Hunter Jesse, as I mentioned, the right fielder, second in the lineup. Stepping up to the plate for the Indiana Hoosiers, you got Bobby Whalen at first base for Indiana and Peter Cerudo at second. Peter Cerudo had a solid hit between center and right field, and Bobby Whalen was walked on a 4 balls in a row count. Did not swing at any of them. None of them were called strikes. Hunter Jesse 0 for 3 on the day, but with a .336 batting average. He's been a very solid hitter for the Hoosiers, and this would be a big hitting opportunity for him. Renard, only one out here. Wolverines up by 1, 8-7. Here's the first pitch. Going to be called a strike. Just a little high, but the umpire calling it a strike regardless, making it an 0 for 1 count.
Yeah, Sapphire's calling behind the plate has been a topic of concern for both teams so far. See if that affects the later stages of the game.
The 0-1, Jesse makes solid contact, but it goes out of play into the left, out of play, a foul ball into left field.
A couple Michigan pitchers warming up in the bullpen, so interesting to see who Bakic turns to as we near the bottom of the 8th. We'll see if Michigan needs a bottom of the 9th. They're up 1 right now.
And here's a slow ground ball straight. He throws it to first base, gets Jesse out for the second out of the inning, but that will advance runners to second and third as Josh Pine steps up to the plate. He already has 2 runs on the day. He is 1 for 4, however, with 2 outs here at the top of the 8th. Wolverines holding on to a 1-run lead, but you got men at third and second. Really hoping for Renard to put them out of this situation, take them out of the inning.
Yeah, great play there from the shortstop Bertram.
As that first pitch will be just a little inside. You know, looking at it, Indiana has scored at least 1 run every inning since the 5th. Really hoping to break that streak here for the Wolverines as they have a 1-0 count here for Pine. Here's the pitch. Thinks of going. They're going to say he did not.
Yeah, there's no way he went over top. It doesn't hurt to check with the first base umpire.
Certainly not, but that will make it a 2-0 count for Pine.
No way Pine went there.
Definitely not.
Hitters count for him. Let's see if Renard can fight back with 2 outs.
Here's the pitch. Just barely inside. They're going to call that a ball. 3-0 count here for Pine. Concerning situation for the Wolverines with 2 outs. Really do not want to have bases be loaded. As here is the pitch. Well inside. That is an easy ball count. Ball 4. Bases loaded with 2 outs.
This is probably the most important at-bat of the game.
I'd have to say so. With
Matheson
only a
coming up.
1-run lead.
1-run lead, bases loaded, 2 outs in the 8th. I mean, there's a vast range of possibilities could happen here. We already know that Matheson hit the home run back in the 5th. Grounded out his last at-bat, and that was against Renard. And Renard, obviously, the pitcher now. We'll see how this goes. This is a very important at-bat for both teams.
Pitch going to be a little low for Matheson. Going to be called a ball. 1-0 count here. 2 outs. Bases loaded for Carter Matheson, the left fielder, batting 4th for the Hoosiers. Here comes the pitch. Matheson swings at it. Will get nothing. Strike 1 on the count. 1-1 situation here for Matheson. Hoosiers trail by 1 with bases loaded here. Top of the 8th. 1-1 count. Here's the pitch. Matheson will make contact, but it will go straight to the pitcher. And he does not make the grab at first. Hoosiers will retake the lead here at the top of the 8th. That was rough. We both visibly cringed here in the press box. Hate to say it, but I mean, sheesh. Goes straight to Renard, who fumbles the grab for a moment, makes an ugly pitch to first. That will be the Wolverines' 3rd error on the day, sending in 2 runs, giving the Hoosiers the lead again after the Wolverines worked so hard in the bottom of the 7th to retake the lead. Yeah, Wolverines will meet with the pitcher here as Indiana takes a 9-8 lead here at the top of the 8th. As we've discussed, Wolverines just really hate seeing that.
Yep, on that at-bat, Matheson, so he kind of drills it up the middle, but Renard looks like he has it in his glove. Everyone on the field saying, go to first, go to first. He does. It seems like he rushed the throw a little bit. And it was too far away for Dylan Stanton to grab, and it looks like Renard's going to get pulled here. Kind of an unfortunate situation for him. I mean, he's the guy you want in the situation. He's been great for Michigan this year. It looks like Michigan will be turning to number 19, Logan Wood, the lefty sophomore. Try to get out of this inning. I mean, this is still a ball game, right? Michigan still has 2 chances after this to either match or exceed Indiana's run total. And see if Logan Wood can stop the bleeding, like you said, Ryan, and keep the lead at 1. Remember, runner still on 2nd and 3rd for the Hoosiers, so
definitely want to get out of this inning.
Yep.
Wolverines have been managed to get some 2 runs in 4 different innings today, so certainly not out of the realm of possibility, but only if the Wolverines can get out of this inning with no more damage done. Wolverines have 3 errors on the day, and all of those have led to, and Indiana has capitalized on every single one of them.
I mean, baseball's a game of inches, and if you make errors, you better be ready to accept the consequences of them. Michigan's made some costly ones, as has Indiana. I mean, Indiana's had a pass ball. So, errors, they're more commonplace in the college game than at the professional level, and I guess in a sense that adds an element of flair to the game. But as a team,
just makes it so frustrating to watch.
Very frustrating. Yep, extremely. I mean, that one on Renard, you kind of see where he came from, right? Obviously on a rush at high-stakes situation. But yeah, there have been a lot of errors or error early in the game by the second baseman Burton. That ended up costing Michigan, I believe, a run or two. So, one of the main things you want to do in practice is, hey, keep those errors down. Get that defensive chemistry up, because if you play good defense, pitching becomes much easier for the pitchers, right? You make the plays that you need to make. And Michigan has 3 errors tonight, like Ryan mentioned, and they've come back to bite them.
Indiana has taken advantage of every single one. I mean, certainly have plenty of runs from the Hoosiers that would be taken away if those had not happened. But right now you have Matthew Ellis stepping up to the plate. He is 0 for 3 on the day for the Hoosiers, but you have runners on second and third as Wood comes in for the Wolverines. Number 19, Logan Wood, left-handed sophomore pitcher. First pitch just going to be a little to the outside. 1-0 count. Wolverines trying to get out of this inning with 2 outs. Here is this 1-0 pitch. He has one heck of a windup, to say the least.
He's also got some movement, I believe, on that breaking ball it was. So Wood, could provide an element of surprise for these Hoosiers hitters.
But that second pitch going to be called a ball. 2-0 count. Batter's choice here. Here comes the 2-0 pitch. As that will be a very beautiful curveball strike right down the middle. Catches Ellis looking at it, making it a 2-1 count.
And it looks like Michigan faithful, giving the umpire a round of applause for finally calling a close strike.
He has been certainly inconsistent, I think would be a word to use for him today. Regardless, here's the 2-1 pitch. A beautiful curveball.
That thing moved.
But they're going to call that a third ball.
Yeah, that
Wolverine
one was close.
fans again disagreeing with the umpire's assessment, making it a 3-1 count.
And Logan, he's working quickly here, which I like. I like the pace that he's working with. He means business. Get out of this inning.
For sure, certainly. Here's the pitch. A beautiful curve will be called a strike.
He's throwing that same breaking ball, the high 70s, and it looks like it's going to hit the batter Ellis, who's a lefty, but then it sharply at the very end of its motion, and it comes really back in. And they've all been close. I believe 1 ball and 2 strikes on that pitch. Right now we have a full count.
3-2 with 2 outs. Runners on second and third. Here's the pitch. Swinging and misses.
Same exact pitch. Same. He keeps coming back to that. Logan Wood does. That breaking ball, that one was at 76. All these are at high 70s. And as Ryan said, I mean, Logan needed to be clutch, and he did. As we go to the top bottom of the 8th.
Absolutely. You really hate that he had to give Indiana those runs, give them the lead. They have scored at least 1 run every inning from the 5th all the way through the 8th. Wolverines really going to need to put a stop to that, especially in the 9th, if they want a hope of winning this one. Yeah, they're down by 1 as we head to the bottom of the 8th. We have the mini ball toss going on for the Wolverine fans in the crowd. Bottom of the 8th, Wolverines down 9-8 against this Hoosier squad. Winner of this one takes the series and gets a very important win. Wolverines with some very tough games coming up ahead. They have some rough ones against Xavier, Wright State, and Maryland. Those are all going to be some real tough games, some real exciting games. If you can come to those, you definitely should, as both Xavier and Wright State will be home games for the Wolverines. Come out, support your boys as we come towards the end of the season. We have, I believe, Big Ten tournament play starts on the 25th of this month.
I believe so, yes, I believe so.
So it is certainly coming up. Running out of opportunities to see your team, to see your Michigan Wolverines at home. As we head to the bottom of the 8th, Ted Burton steps up to the plate for the Wolverines. Reith Sharp will stay in pitching for Indiana. Ted Burton, bottom of the lineup. He is a second baseman junior, but he is 1 for 1 on the day. Let's see if he can get something going here at the start of this inning. First pitch will be very high. Catcher feels like he wanted to make a throw, but there's no one on base.
You know,
so,
these last two innings for Michigan hitting-wise
yes,
are of uber importance.
of course. Crucial.
Crucial. We call that
Second
right
pitch will be called outside for Ted Burton. He has a single on the day and 2 walks. Ted Burton. He's got a 2-0 count against Sharp. Here's the pitch. Going to be high. Called a ball by Reese Sharp. Sophomore right-handed pitcher. Came into the game the previous inning. Allowed the triple that gave the Wolverines the short-lived lead. Here's the pitch. Ted Burton thinks of bunting, but pulls it back after seeing the pitch. Easy ball 4 called. Ted Burton goes to first. We reach the top of the lineup, Clark Elliott. This right fielder who has been just a non-factor here today for the Wolverines. You hate saying it, but it's true. This man has been 0 for 4 on the day. Really hope he can get something going here. Get on base.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. They rely on this man for a large portion of their offense. He's hitting 346 with 45 RBIs on the year. And the fact that Michigan is within 1 of a red-hot Indiana team and Clark Elliott is 0 for 4, it really speaks to the volume of the depth of this team. And Clark here, with a runner on and no outs, has a big opportunity to do something and put Michigan in position to tie or be winning this game. So this at-bat here is huge for who I think is the best hitter between both of these teams.
For sure. You certainly hope so. He has been a huge Big Ten prospect. You have to imagine he got the scouts watching.
Oh, yeah.
He is 0 for 4 on the day, though, as Indiana has a bit of a pitcher's meeting by the infield and pitching coach there on the mound. Sharp started off the inning with 4 straight balls to the bottom of the lineup. Ted Burton, as he is safe on first with no outs here. Bottom of the 8th. Hoosiers holding on to a 9-8 lead. Clark Elliott steps up to the plate.
Yes.
Here's the first pitch by Sharp. No, Sharp will decide to throw it over to first. Try and mess up Ted Burton, who will easily slide and be safe at first. Sharp avoids throwing the first pitch to Clark Elliott, but it seems that will change right here. Here's the pitch. Bounces short of the plate. Nearly gets past the catcher, but he manages to get in front of it, stop the ball from getting behind him, and stopping Ted Burton from advancing. 1-0 count here. Still no outs. Sharp has not yet thrown a strike this inning. That will change, though, right there. A strike barely to the inside, making it a 1-1 count. We will have to see. As no outs, here is the 1-1 pitch from Sharp. High to the outside, easy ball called.
And if you're Clark Elliott, don't be chasing a hit here, and I don't think
For
he
sure.
is. 2-1, be patient, wait for your pitch. Just because you're 0 for 4 doesn't mean you got to be swinging at pitches that aren't yours. And I think he knows that. It's 2-1, he's being patient with it, and you like to see that from a hitter,
Hitter like him.
as disciplined as Clark Elliott, yeah.
Exactly. Here's a 2-1 pitch. High and to the outside again, making it a 3-1 count for Clark Elliott. Very smart ball watching here. Definitely not swinging at garbage, being very careful. Knows just how important these last 2 innings are for this Wolverine squad. Here's the 3-1 pitch, still no outs. And that is going to be right down the middle. 3-2, making it a full count. Clark Elliott went down with the pitch, but did not think about swinging even for a second. You have Ted Burton on first base. Full count here. Still no outs here. Bottom of the 8th. Here's the pitch. Clark Elliott swings at it, and it is a high fly ball into left field. An easy catch for the third baseman on the Hoosiers.
So Elliott, just a bad day at the plate for him, 0 for 5. There's a possibility we could see him again, as there have been a combined 17 runs in this game. But a day that he's gonna look back on and look to grow from.
You'd certainly hope so. I mean, as you said, yeah, there have been 6 lead changes on the day. A real back and forth game. Wolverines down 9-8. 1 out here. Ted Burton at first. Joe Stewart steps up to the plate. First pitch is going to be a strike that catches him looking. He is 1 for 4 on the day. Batting second, the center fielder. He has 1 run, but as I said, he is 1 for 4 on the day with 1 out. Really hoping he can get something going for this Wolverine squad. You really don't want to leave it to the bottom of the 9th to come back from being down. Joe Stewart will swing at that pitch, making it an 0-2 count here for the center fielder. As Reese Sharp started off a bit slow in this inning, but seems to be finding his rhythm as he gets ready for the 0-2 pitch. And Joe Stewart swings at it, and it's going to be a miss.
Wow.
Oh, jeez, that is not what you want to see. Joe Stewart striking out on strike 3. Ted Burton tries to run from first to second, slips off the bag, and is tagged out at second. That is the end of the 8th inning. Wolverines down 9-8 as we head to the top of the 9th.
So Stewart, kind of a reluctant swing to strike out, followed by Burton getting caught stealing. Donez with a nice tag there. And Stewart and Clark Elliott, 2 guys that hit above 300, are combined 1 for 10 today. So that's a big part of why Michigan doesn't have that lead. They're still within 1, though. Michigan looks like it's going to be Willie Weiss coming out to pitch. For Michigan, he needs to keep this lead at 1 and give the offense a realistic chance to either tie or take the lead in this game.
Certainly. You have for the Wolverines, not quite sure who the pitcher is. I'm not sure if you just mentioned it. I believe this is a new pitcher, though, if I'm not. Can't quite make out his number. But it is a 9-8 ball game. Indiana has scored at least 1 run every single inning since the 5th. Wolverines really hoping to get out of this inning, hopefully fast, so that they can get back to cracking some bats at the bottom of the 9th. I believe the man currently on the mound for the Wolverines is number 20, Willie Weiss, the senior right-handed pitcher, stepping up to plate for the Wolverines.
Willie Weiss, he appeared in last game, and he was solid. I think this is the situation he's built for. Coach Eric Backus trusts him, and we're going to see if Weiss can keep the lead where it is. Hoosiers up 9-8 right now, but Michigan, they've got work to do, as Tibbetts, who is 3 for 3 in this game.
3 RBIs, 1 run. I mean,
he's a freshman,
guy's just
too.
having a monster game. He has absolutely been a thorn in the Wolverine side here, to say the least. Brock Tibbetts, the first baseman, batting 6th. First pitch, just a little too much to the outside, will be called a ball here at the top of the 9th. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Going to be a little too much to the outside again. Tibbetts decides to look at it, does not swing at it, wisely so. We'll make it a 2. Is that a phrase? Is that a real word? I don't know.
Well,
2-0 count.
Willie Weiss is the pitcher's name.
Ah,
Weiss,
yeah.
Lisa.
See, that was intentional. That was always my plan. First, next pitch will be called a strike, just perfectly right down the middle. Catches Tibbetts looking. 2-1 count. Tibbetts swings and misses. Gets none of that one, making it a second strike on the count. 2-2 here after starting off 2-0. 2 quick strikes back-to-back for Weiss. Tibbetts, here's the pitch.
Wow.
Tibbetts makes contact again. He goes 4 for 4 on the day. He is ridiculous. The most frustrating thorn in the Wolverines side on the day. He gets a single as the ball goes right into center field. Has a good bounce, drops perfectly. Safe on first. Tyler Doan steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 4 on the day compared to Brock Tibbetts' 4 for 4 right beforehand. Bit of a commotion. Going to the coach for the Hoosiers, calling a time, wants to talk to the first base runner and the first and third base coaches. Hoosiers have a man on first. No outs here on the top of the ninth. Indiana with the lead, 9-8. As I've mentioned, they have scored at least 1 run every single inning since the 5th. In fact, there's only been 3 innings where the Hoosiers have not scored so far today. In the 1st, the 3rd, and the 4th. Wolverines been unable to put away the Hoosiers. They take a nice lead, and then the Hoosiers right there to answer back. Here's the first pitch. And they try to make the grab. Obertop tries to make the throw to first to tag. Tibbetts out. He is not going to get it, though. First pitch called a ball for Dones.
Yeah, and Obertop loves that little whip back to the base if a Hoosier runner isn't getting back in his mind in time. And, you know, as long as you're not overthrowing it, and Obertop, I believe, has done it 3 times a day and hasn't overthrown it, then keep doing it. But there always is a risk to be posed there.
Definitely, especially with 3 errors already on the day. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Dones thinks about going, but doesn't. Probably should have, though, as it was a strike right down the middle. 1-1 count here. No outs. Top of the 9th. Tibbetts for Indiana on first base. Pitch is going to be just a little too high, making it a 2-1 count for Weiss. Coming in here, the senior right-handed pitcher coming in here at the top of the 9th. He gets ready. Here's the 2-1. Dones makes some contact on it, but it will not go anywhere. Foul ball behind the batter's box, making it a 2-2 count here for Jeffrey. Tyler. I don't know where Jeffrey came from.
Tyler Dones.
Yeah, I don't know where. Tyler Dones, yes, who is 0 for 4 on the day. 2-2 count. Here is the pitch. He makes some contact on it. A pop. Ooh! A pop fly. Oh, weird contact made. Goes foul ball to the right. First baseman for the Wolverines, Dylan Stanton, tries to make a grab for it, but it will hit the net and go out of play as he hits the barricade, as it were. Count remains 2-2. Still no outs here. Top of the 9th. Here's the pitch. And he makes some contact on it, but it will be a foul ball yet again. This time over to the third base line. Indiana hoping to win this series. Split the series 1-1 with Wolverines winning on Friday and the Hoosiers winning yesterday. Indiana has a 9-8 lead here yet again. Top of the 9th. Here's the pitch. Owens again manages to stay alive there.
That was a half-hearted
a
swing.
2-2
from
count,
Downs.
yeah.
He really didn't use his hips at all. Kind of just threw his arms out there, and not sure if that was intentional, just to make contact with the ball. It wasn't the pitch he liked.
Not quite sure, but regardless, foul ball to the right side keeps the count at 2-2. Here's the pitch from Weiss. Pitch just barely to the inside. Make it a full count for Weiss.
Yeah, Dones is, doing a great job of creating a quality at-bat against Willie Weiss with no outs, fouling off balls, taking close balls, doing a good job.
Every at-bat matters in a game this close, in a game like this, and he will take it. Oh, no, that ball is it will hit the wall, actually, but Tibbetts will take home a RBI double for the Hoosiers. A great hit for Dones as Brock Tibbetts continues to just be ridiculous. Responsible for 5 of Indiana's 10 runs on the day. No outs. Tyler Dones gets his first hit of the day, an RBI double. Sends Brock Tibbetts home. Indiana takes only their second 2-run lead of the day. They have scored a run every single inning since the 5th. Not a winning combination for the Wolverines, as a hit right up the middle to the shortstop, throws to first base, as that will be the first out of the inning. But Tyler Dones will advance to third base. Only one out here on the top of the 4th. Peter Ceruto steps up to the plate, the catcher, bottom of the lineup for the Hoosiers. He is 1 for 4 on the day with a solid single. I believe it was a single. Yes, right along in between center and left field. First pitch will be high into the outside for Weiss. 1-0 count here. Only one out in the top of the 9th. Ceruto thinks of swinging at it, but doesn't. The ball will go low and into the dirt on the right side, making it a 2-0 count for Ceruto. Weiss trying to get the Wolverines out of this inning without too much damage. Here's the 2-0 pitch. Ceruto tries to dodge out of the way, not sure why. That was a perfect pitch, brilliantly placed down the middle. 2-1 count here. Here's the pitch. Swings and misses. Does not get any of that. Make it a 2-2 count. Weiss seems fed up. Wants to get out of this inning as he is going through these pitches fast. But time will be called by the home base umpire. Ceruto on a 2-2 count. 1 out, runner on third. Ceruto swings, does not get it. Strike 3. Caught him swinging for the second out of the top of the 9th inning. Wolverines down by 2, 10-8, top of the 9th, as Bobby Whalen steps up to the plate. He is 0 for 3 on the day, but he has been walked twice. He has 2 runs.
Yep, top of the order here. Imperative that Michigan doesn't let up any more runs heading into their half of the 9th. Down 10-8 right now.
That first pitch will go out of play to the right side of a foul ball, especially looking at how many runs the Wolverines have had. They've only managed to score 2 runs in several innings, no more than that throughout the whole game. As he gets Whalen swinging and missing at that pitch. Really not the kind of pitch you should be swinging at, but regardless, he does, making it an 0-2 count with 2 outs here. Wolverines really need to get out of this inning without any more damage being done. Here's the pitch, 0-2. Whalen swings and misses, strikes him out. That will be strike 3. Allows the Hoosiers to get 1 more run as we head to the bottom of the 9th. Wolverines down 10-8. Wolverines, you have Matt Fry, the third baseman, batting third, stepping up to the plate for the Wolverines. Not sure if Sharp will continue to pitch. Yes, he will. Reese Sharp steps up to the mound for the Hoosiers, hoping to close this game out and give a victory to the series overall for Indiana. And as we've mentioned several times throughout the game, as you get to the end of the season, as you get closer and closer to Big Ten tournament play, as you get closer to the College World Series, games like this really matter. They really do add up. Those games where you look back on, you look at those errors you made, you look at all the hits that you've allowed, all the runs you allowed the opposing team to score, you'll think of all the men you left on base, and it's just a game you really wish you had back.
Indeed, and especially with all the errors that Michigan's been making. I mean, this one, if they lose it, I know they've still got a chance, but if they lose it, it'll be frustrating.
Certainly. Indiana's bats have just been on fire all game. They have scored, as I've said, 1 run every inning since the 5th. They've got 10 runs on 9 hits. Wolverines, meanwhile, 8 runs on 9 hits. I've left a few more men on base than the Hoosiers have, but in that previous 9th inning, the Hoosiers left a man on 9th who very clearly could have made this an even more insurmountable lead for the Wolverines. As Matt Fry steps up to the plate, he is 2 for 3 on the day. He's had 2 runs. No outs here, bottom of the 9th. No one on, no one out. Here we go. Matt Fry makes great contact with the first pitch he sees, but it is going to be an easy pop fly up to center field. Already first out for Indiana Hoosiers. Jimmy Obertop stepping up to the plate. The catcher, another big hitter for the Wolverines, who really has just not made that much of an impact today. He is 0 for 4 for the Wolverines. Now's got to be the time where he steps up. Somebody's got to step up and make something for the Wolverines if they want to stay in this one. Down by 2 runs at the bottom of the 9th. Wolverine fans disagreeing. That first pitch called a strike despite looking very much to the outside. 0-1 count here. 1 out for Obertop. Pitch is going to be low. Gets away from the catcher, but doesn't matter. There's no one on base for the Wolverines. Obertop batting .277 on the year. 1 ball, 1 strike, 1 out. No one on base. Obertop thinks of swinging at it, but does not. A low ball. Catcher Peter Ceruto has to get down on it, stop it from getting past him. Been a very big problem for him today. He even allowed in a few runs earlier in the game due to him being unable to grab a pitch. Here's the 2-1. Jimmy Obertop swings at it, does not get any of it, making it a 2-2 count. You really don't want to make it a 2 outs with no one on base, down by 2 at the bottom of the 9th. Really limits your possibilities. Every at-bat matters here, obviously, in the last inning. Obertop with a 2-2 count against Sharp. Here's the pitch. Obertop swings at it, but he misses. And the catcher drops it, but will make the throw to first. Not really the kind of pitch you want Obertop to be swinging at, but regardless, he does. As he strikes out, / is thrown out at first. That will be the 2nd out of the inning. You have Tito Flores coming up to the plate. He's having a great day so far. 2 for 4, 1 RBI, 1 run. You just hope he can get onto first base by whatever means necessary so Joey Velasquez can come up next for the Wolverines and make some magic happen.
Yep, Tito trying to extend this game. 2 for 4 today. Like you said, Ryan, hitting .296 on the year, so if there's someone to do it, it's Tito.
First pitch called low to the outside. Going to be a ball, making it a 1-0 count for Tito Flores. Here's a 1-0 pitch. Tito will look at it, called a strike, making the count 1-1. Tito already had a 2-run shot earlier in the game, so you know he's capable.
Yep.
Really hope he can get something going here for the Wolverines. 2 outs, down by 2, bottom of the 9th. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Tito will be a ground ball foul to the left side, making it a 1-2 count here for the Wolverines. Time is running out. Options are slim. Chances are few. 1-2 count here. 2 outs. Tito Flores. All eyes on him. Here's the pitch. High into the outside. Easy ball called there. 2-2 count for Tito. You can feel the fans hoping, praying for something out of these boys at the end of the game. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Tito makes great contact, but it is going to fly out to center field. Hoosiers win 10-8, win the series 2-1. Tito Flores flies out to center field as that will be it. Wolverines fall to 24-20, 10-8 in Big Ten play. Indiana rises to 22-25, going to 8-10 in Big Ten play. That'll do it for us here at WCBN Ann Arbor. You have any last thoughts on the game?
You know, a tough one. Michigan lost, but thank you for tuning in. This team is good. They've still got some season left, so keep following them. WCBN will keep covering all the home games and likely the postseason schedule that the Wolverines have. Other than that, though, we just want to wish you a happy Mother's Day. Keep enjoying the Mother's Day. Thank you to all the wonderful mothers out there. And thank you. Stay tuned. And go Blue. This is Owen, Klein, and
Ryan Dolson
signing off for WCBN Sports. Take care, everybody.
Okay.